And welcome everyone to the J. Lawrence Walkup Sky Dome on the campus of Northern Arizona University in Flagstaff. For those of you who aren't familiar with us, we're at 7,000 feet elevation, but so is Reggie Eccleston, our sideline reporter. Reggie, a couple of quick thoughts from you, sir, before we get into this Hinton-Burdick Grand Canyon Cup matchup between Southern Utah and NAU.
Yeah, thanks, Mitch. One of the first things that comes to mind is what Kevin said, seize the moment. And that's the most important thing. Back to you guys.
Seize the moment, seize the day. Carpe diem. All right, Southern Utah lost the coin toss. NAU elected to receive. And here comes the opening kickoff. And it does not appear as though it's going to be returnable, as it's going to bounce out of the back of the end zone and be a touchback for the Lumberjacks. For our radio listeners, NAU will be moving left to right across your radio dial, and that's Kerry Grossert, the senior out of California, the starting quarterback for the NAU Lumberjacks. 192 passes he's thrown this season. He's completed 66.1% of those, 10 touchdowns, 5 interceptions for 1,425 yards. He was Big Sky Conference honorable mention in 2011 and third team All-American last year. The Jacks break the huddle. For our radio listeners, they're wearing their all-blue jerseys and pants with the gold and the white trim. NAU comes out in the I formation. Hess the up back, Zach Bowman the deep back. Going to be a handoff to Bowman, dances left and bounces right into the middle of the field. And he'll be tackled for a gain of about 4 yards. Let's take a look at the starters for NAU offensively up front. Gursky, Walker, Garcia gets the start instead of Moniz, who is hurt. Wilson moves in for Garcia over on the right guard. Gilio at right tackle. Then the skill players, position players, Zach Bowman, R.J. Rickert, the tight end, Ife Yamoto, Dejon Walker, Nick Cole, wide receiver, transfer out of Oregon. Second down and about 5 for NAU, single back formation. Grossert's under center, takes the snap, and then hands it off. Bowman trying to kind of slant his way left side and really finds it tough there. Only a gain of about a yard. Defensively for Southern Utah, it's Cowser, Larson, Meyer, and Tuku Afu up front. The linebackers are Fentroy, Browning, and Needham. Keep an eye on Zach Browning in the middle. He's one of the best. Sims, Collette, Killebrew, and Mills are in the defensive secondary. Southern Utah, for our radio listeners, black pants, white jerseys with black numbers, black helmets. Shotgun on third down and about 4 from the 31-yard line. Grossert brings the deuce in motion. He fires it to the near side to the deuce, who catches it at about the 35-yard line. He's spun there and tackled, and that's enough for a Lumberjack first down. Tackle made on the play by Mike Needham.
And a good, quick pass by Kerry Grossert on time allowed them to continue the possession and get a first down.
Austin Shanks with the reception. Shanks, the fifth-year senior, 5'8", 175. Can play running back, can play slot receiver. Came into the game with 20 catches. That was his 21st. Straight up I formation now. First down and 10, NAU at their own 37. Going to be a handoff. Trying to bounce and turn the corner. Zach Bowman, he gets smacked pretty hard as he turns the corner on the near side of the field for a short gain of a yard or 2.
That's Zach Browning. Browning with 62 unassisted tackles coming to this game. Really a player. You're going to see him all over the field today.
He is number 2 in the Big Sky Conference. Zach Browning is in forced fumbles coming into this game. He's 5'11", 215 pounds, and check it out, a freshman out of Camas, Washington, went to Union High School with the tackle. Second, and we'll call it about 8 on the gain of 2 for Bowman. The ball is at the Lumberjack 39-yard line. Shotgun, Grossert calls for the ball. Fires this one out to the far side, and it is darn near almost picked off over there on the far side of the field by J.T. Anderson.
That is a great play by Austin Shanks. J.T. Anderson had that ball intercepted, and had he been able to hold on to it, would have been a touchdown. Austin Shanks turned defender, and fortunately for NAU, he was able to get that ball to drop to the turf to really save a touchdown.
Anderson already has 1 interception this season. That would have been his second, and probably for a pick 6. Incomplete pass. Third down and extra long at, say, about 8 yards at the Lumberjack 39. Grossert's in the shotgun, moving in motion. Dejon Walker out to the far side. Grossert calls for the ball. Fires this one out, looking for Walker at the first down marker. He's got it. Far sideline, tackled to the 50-yard line. Another first down for the Lumberjacks. Tackle made by LaShawn Sims, the cornerback out of Las Vegas, Nevada.
Well, we talked about it a little bit this week. It seems like Deshaun Walker has become one of Kerry Grossard's comfort blankets. When he needs a real big play, he goes to him, and that time he did on an out route for the first down.
His 25th catch of the season. He's got over 340 yards receiving. Now they go to the I formation on the far hash. First down and 10, midfield, left to right. Here's the snap to Grossard. Play action, deep drop. Now Grossard's on the run. From back to the near side of the field and throws this one, trying to find on the near side of the field. We have a flag down on the play. He was looking for Nick Cole. He couldn't. It's caught out of bounds, incomplete.
They're going to get Kerry Grossard throwing the ball beyond the line of scrimmage, probably only by about a yard.
That's all it takes.
He kept looking for an open receiver. That's one of his strengths. He keeps those eyes looking downfield, even when he's being pursued by defenders. That time, crossed that line of scrimmage, which is going to go against the Jets.
Looks like we're having a little bit of trouble getting our ref mic sound in for our radio listeners.
And the key there is it comes with a 5-yard penalty and loss of down. So now you're second and, roughly 15. Or exactly 15.
As an accountant, you should be able to keep track of these.
Are we going to worry about those details?
I'll remember that when you're doing my taxes.
I didn't want to say anything.
Thank you, Reggie. Second down and 15. Jacks at their own 45. Shotgun. Grossard calls for the ball. Fakes a handoff. Now gives it to the Deuce. Coming to the near side. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. First down, Lumberjacks into Thunderbird territory at the 38-yard line. Tackle made by strong safety Miles Killebrew.
And a great fake by Kerry Grossard here. You see him fake it to Zach Bowman and then get Austin Shanks on the end around. He makes one guy miss.
See that move?
And that's good stuff right there.
That was a great open field move by the guy we call the Deuce, number 2, Austin Shanks. Shanks out of Pacoima, California, Crespi High School. First and 10, NAU at the 38 of Southern Utah. Double tight end set, I formation. Handoff, Bowman up the middle. Bowman hit and hit again. Gain of 2 on the play for NAU's leading rusher with 1,055 yards coming in. Mike Needham making the tackle for Southern Utah. That guy right there, number 34, he is the only running back in NAU football history ever to gain 1,000 yards rushing in 3 seasons.
His first 3 seasons as a Lumberjack.
Even better.
With one more to go.
Indeed. Second down and 8. Single setback is Bowman at the 36 of Southern Utah. Grossard deep drop. Oh man, he got hit hard as he threw the ball, and it's going to be intercepted in the middle of the field by Zach Browning. Zach Browning is going to be tackled at about the 38-yard line. Or check that. Making the hit on the play was Fentroy.
Yeah, Fentroy goes over
airborne.
the blocker. And that was really the key to that play. Kerry Grossard trying to go downfield to Drew Emanuel, and Browning, who seems to be all over the field, right there to pick off the ball. And come up with a pretty nice return. It's going to give Southern Utah good field position.
That was a pretty good-looking interception. There's Brad Sorensen, the senior quarterback for Southern Utah University, 6'5", 235 pounds, out of Grand Terrace, California. He redshirted at BYU, went to San Bernardino Valley College, had an LDS mission, and he is something special. Under center, 3-step drop, fires it out to the far side of the field, dropped and incomplete. And let's take a look at the offense for Southern Utah University. Up front, it's Cody Burgess, Gavin Farr on the left side. Dylan Fox is at center. Zach Brackus, big 6'5", 310 junior, is at right guard. Russell Peterson is at right tackle. There you see them graphically. And then for Southern Utah University, you've got Wilson, Brown, Moala, Peterson, and McNabb. And of course, the quarterback is Brad Sorensen.
You saw that NFL-type velocity on that pass as it just zipped out there, almost too much for that receiver.
Shotgun, Sorensen calls for the ball, 2nd and 10. Comes out to the near side of the field, dropped again. Another drop, and that's 2 in a row for Southern Utah defensively. Up front for NAU to start this game, big Jared Bilbray, Wilkinson, Ike, and Steven Garcia. The 4 up front. 4-3 alignment for NAU. In the Linebacker positions, you'll find Chris Connolly, Austin Haskett, Ryan Reardon. As we take a look again at the defensive line, and there's the linebackers, Reardon, Haskett, Connolly. And the defensive secondary, Devin Willis, Anders Battle, Lucky Dozier, Blair Wisham. They're the best in the Big Sky at air defense. 3rd and 10 at their own 40. Sorensen shotgun, calls for the ball, under pressure, goes deep, nobody there. Good coverage. It was intended on the far side of the field for Henna Brown, but it was great coverage.
And it seemed like Brown kind of slowed up.
Yeah.
Brad Sorensen was going for the streak route. Brown pulled up a little bit. Ball soared over Brown's head.
Yeah, kind of interesting, kind of an inauspicious start, if you will, for Southern Utah offensively. 2 drop passes, and then perhaps a little confusion, I'm not sure, on the 3rd pass, and they go 3 and out.
3 consecutive passing plays. NAU's pass defense that's been great all year is going to be tested today.
There's the best punt returner in FCS, the Deuce. Austin Shanks is back deep. He lets it bounce at the 16, get into the end zone. It does, touchback. They go 4-3 up front, and Needham, Browning, and Namari Fentroy. Namari Fentroy is over at the Sam, or the strong side linebacker. They're very good. Snap, shotgun. Grosser over the middle, caught Ife Umodu, short of the first down marker.
Just short on a crossing route by Ife Umodu. There you see Ed Lamb in his 5th year.
Your former teammate.
That's right. Up in Ricks College, now BYU Idaho. We came in together 20 years ago in 1992 as a freshman. He and I played on what was an undefeated 11-0 football team.
You know, I would look at you, and I'd look at Coach, and I would say, I wouldn't think it would be a year over 10.
You see some similarities there, don't you, about the top of our heads?
I do. It was good to see him, wasn't it?
That was great.
Before game. Punter, Andy Wilder, number 3 in the nation in punting. FCS gets this one off. He averages about 45.2 yards per punt. That one's going to roll into the end zone for a touchback for Southern Utah University as NAU goes 3 and out. Scoreless in the first quarter, 0-0, 8:28 mark in this very important football game for both teams. Even though it is Southern Utah's final game of the 2012 season, they're looking to knock off the 11th ranked NAU Lumberjacks and claim the first ever Hinton Burdick Grand Canyon Trophy.
Well, in many ways, their bowl game at this point. You know, as you said, they're not going to make the playoffs. They have some history to knocking off some teams. 2 weeks ago, this team beat the #1 ranked team in the country, Eastern Washington.
NAU comes out 4-3 defensive lineman. Brad Sorensen is in the shotgun. First down and 10, calls for the ball. He hands it off to Henna Brown. Angling right. Pushes it forward. Gain of about 4, close to 5 on the play for Henna Brown, who is a 6', 233-pound tight end / running back out of Magna, Utah. Jared Bilbray making the tackle for NAU.
Magna up there in the Salt Lake City area. He kind of adds some beef to that running back core for Southern Utah.
You're 6 feet 233. That's a lot of beef. That's a few cheeseburgers with a little bit of bacon added on.
You said it. You kind of want to talk there, big guy.
Yeah.
You used to be.
Turkey bacon now.
There you go.
Second down at 5. Sorensen calls for the ball on the shotgun. Coming to the near side. Almost picked off by Mike Dosen.
Yeah, Dosen jumped that ball. The ball was thrown maybe a little bit late and a little bit behind the receiver.
That ball was tipped at the line.
No, it wasn't. We didn't catch that.
Let's take a look at the series history. NAU leads at 11-5, but Southern Utah won here in the Sky Dome last season, 27-24.
And every victory
this is weird, isn't it?
Southern Utah's had in that series has been right here in this building.
These two teams, this is the 5th straight year they've played each other, but the first time as members of the Big Sky together. Sorensen, 3rd and 5 shotgun on his own 25, calls for the ball. A floater to the near side, one-on-one, no good. Caught out or incomplete out of bounds. C.J. Morgan was the intended receiver.
That time Sorensen going deep to Morgan. He had an open receiver.
C.J. Morgan
crossing Easton Pedersen, excuse me, was appeared to me to be open, but Sorensen kind of taking a chance downfield, and it didn't work out for him.
Again, the #1 punt returner in the nation is Austin Shanks. That guy is Brock Miller. 42.8 yards per punt coming in. out of Solana Beach, California. Miller, a little bit of a shanker on this one, but it is going to take an an SUU bounce and go inside the 20, which is where you want it, and finally drop dead at the 19-yard line. Let's take a break at the 7:22 mark. We're scoreless here in Flagstaff. This is the FMC NAU Lumberjack Network.
From the valleys of the Grand Canyon to our majestic mountains, this isn't just any place, it's our home. And for more than 75 years, families throughout northern Arizona have come to trust the commitment of their neighbors to deliver world-class health care. A purpose that helps ensure you'll be here for your family. For heart, cancer, the unexpected, and so much more. Our purpose? You.
Nice work. That's the way you do it, Jax. Here we go.
Be part of the team.
1, 2, 3, Jax.
Purchase your women's basketball tickets today by calling 928-523-5353.
I'm ready to take life to a whole new level because I just picked up my first weekly winnings lottery ticket. And when I win, I'm going to get $1,000 a week for a year. Taxes paid. I know, right? That means I'm going to be hitting the trails in my new bike. I'd start doing a little traveling, like whenever I want. And I'd even have some room left to give back. Maybe help some people. But that's just me. What about you? Game on, everyone, because you can't win if you don't play.
Head coach of the Lumberjacks in his 15th season, Jerome Sowers. Career wins, 84. Career losses for him, 83. At the moment, he is third place all-time in Big Sky Conference win history. As we take a look at the total yards, 52-5, and Grosser rolls out on first down and 10, comes downfield. Nick Cole catches it at the 29-yard line, and he's tackled out of the 35. That's a first down for the NAU Lumberjacks. Tackle made by Tyree Mills.
That was a real nice crossing route by Coles. He did a very nice job getting open there.
That's Reggie Eccleston, former All-American wide receiver at UConn, our sideline reporter. As you take a look at Nick Cole, the 6'3", 195-pound junior out of Concord, California, Clayton Valley High School.
Reggie never one to pass up an opportunity to give credit to those receivers.
Like you never
do that.
Like you never pass one up on the quarterbacks. Where do I come in on this? First down and 10 at the 35. Grosser, handoff, Bowman, left side, not a lot of room. And guess who? Middle linebacker Zach Browning. He's one of my key players in this game.
Hey, but the preceding play, a great example of NAU taking advantage of Southern Utah keying on Zach Bowman. The play action toss, get Kerry Grossard out and find those open receivers downfield.
Our email inbox is open, fans. Lumberjack Talk is the first part of it. Lumberjack Talk at NAU.edu. There it is on the screen. Lumberjack Talk. Email me. I've got the box open. Lumberjack Talk at NAU.edu. Rickert comes in motion. Now he sets up as a fullback. Snap to Grossard in the shotgun. He pops this one up. It's intercepted at the 45-yard line. And running it back nicely is Tommy Collette. Collette on the far sideline. Cuts in at the 10. Collette into the end zone. Touchdown.
Collette taking advantage of a ball that should have been caught, and then an outstanding run back for the Thunderbirds. There's a penalty at the end of the play. I think it may be some sort of celebratory penalty. And there you see the ball going through the hands of Ifeatu Modu. Collette right there to pick it off, and you can tell he's had a ball in his hands before as he trucks it back for a Southern Utah touchdown.
That is the 11th interception of the season, Reggie Eccleston.
Yeah, that's a ball if he usually catches. What happened is he took his eye off it. He was looking for those defenders to hit him and looking to make that first move, and that's gotta concentrate and watch that ball all the way in.
Tommy Collette, that is his third interception of the season.
Check that penalty against Lucky Dozier of NAU. It'll be a 15-yard penalty to be assessed on the kickoff.
Even worse, adding insult to injury. Extra point attempt coming up. Here's a snap and the hold. The extra point is up, and it's good. And with that at the 6-minute mark of the first quarter, we'll take a break. Southern Utah leads the 11th-ranked Lumberjacks 7-0. You are watching Big Sky Conference football on the Flagstaff Medical Center NAU Lumberjack Network.
Vehicle stability control, electronic brake force distribution, traction control, and brake assist. All standard on the Toyota Corolla. But do you really need all that safety stuff? Yeah, you do.
Now get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2013 34 MPG rated Corolla, or lease one for $169 a month and get a lot for less. Toyota.
This is Emma, and for breakfast she's having a premium roast coffee and a sausage burrito from McDonald's Dollar Menu. And that's a very good decision. Now a bad decision was moving right next to the train station. No worries, Emma. You already made a good decision with the Dollar Menu for breakfast. The simple joy of a smart decision.
I've discovered distant planets. I've walked the roadways of Paris. I've tamed wild beasts. I've crossed gaping canyons. I've scaled Mount Everest.
Wherever your dreams may take you, the right insurance company can help. Surgical, wise financial thinking for life.
And welcome back. Southern Utah getting set to kick off.
I need to correct myself a second time.
Again, that's unusual for you. Usually it's just once.
My wife would argue it's not as unusual as you might think. That penalty was on Southern Utah. They're kicking it from the 20.
Which means this will be, well, maybe returnable if Khalif Dabaski can pick it up. He does at his own 6, 10, 15, 20. And he'll get hit pretty hard, and we have a flag down on the play.
Yeah, penalty came in late.
Reggie, any idea?
Hard to see. I just saw two guys tangling up out here out in the open.
It's going to be a hold against NAU.
against NAU.
Going to push them back.
So, you know, we talked about the first 3 and out for Southern Utah not being a good start. NAU off to a horrible start here. The 11th ranked team in the country. Down 7-0 to Southern Utah on an interception, returned for a touchdown.
Taylor Malenfant caught with a hold. And that's going to push NAU back to about the 15-yard line.
Again, Tommy Collette with the pick 6. His third interception of the season this year.
Really a huge play when you consider Southern Utah had to kick from the 20. Now NAU starting from their own 15.
Roy Garcia is the center in for the injured Shane Moniz. Grossert sets up under center, first down and 10 at their own 15-yard line for our radio listeners, left to right. There's the snap, and Grossert looks immediately out to his tight end, R.J. Rickert, and fires a complete pass to him. Rickert dancing along the sidelines, tiptoed, twinkle toes, nicely.
Just a quick pass out to the flat, but R.J. Rickert turned it up quickly and turned it into a first down.
10-yard pitch and catch.
Rickert's not going to simply step out of bounds here. He's going to take these defenders on.
See the way he kind of lowered his head and his body, and said, I'm not going out of bounds. I'm going for the first down, and he got it. 10 yards on the play. NAU down 7-0 to Southern Utah. We are late in the first quarter here on Fox Sports Arizona. I formation. Grossert under center. Play action. Deep drop. Deep pass. Caught Umodu at about the 37-yard line.
Ball came out.
And the ball's on the deck. The ball's on the deck. Southern Utah says they have it.
I think they do. Ife Umodu struggling, trying to get additional yardage. The ball slipped out. Now there's some discussion. I think the Thunderbirds are going to have it.
They do. This is one of the best takeaway teams in the country at the FCS level.
You're going to see Ife Umodu maybe get away with a little bit of a push-off here on the reception. And then a nice catch and struggling with his big body to pick up additional yardage. Ball comes out, and Southern Utah's right there to fall on.
Good grief. Southern Utah leads the Big Sky Conference coming into the game with a +12 turnover margin. They have gained now 16 fumbles this season. That's the 16th fumble recovery for this Southern Utah defense. And they're in business in Lumberjack territory, right to left at the 39-yard line.
3 offensive drives for NAU, 3 turnovers.
Sorensen shotgun, calls for the ball. Pressure coming up the middle, but Sorensen rolls out to the near side. Now fires into yet a wide open on the near side of the field receiver and overthrew him. We have a flag down. Brian Wilson, the last guy, if you will, for him to find checking down, was open on the near sideline in the flat, and Sorensen just overthrew him.
Yeah, Wilson kind of was out in the flat and then tucked it upfield, and the ball was overthrown. They're going to have a hold against Southern Utah, which would have negated a big play anyway.
That'll move the ball back at the 5-10 mark of the first quarter. Mitch Stroman, along with former Lumberjack quarterback Kevin Stevens, former UConn All-American wide receiver Reggie Eccleston's on the sideline. Our spotter today is Charlie Crownhart. Southern Utah trips out to the far side of the field. It's first down at 20 at the Lumberjack 49. Sorensen calls for the ball. Delayed, a draw, handoff. Going up the middle, Brian Wilson.
And a big hit by Blair Wisham right there to
he laid the leather on that one, guys.
Take Wilson to the ground.
Wilson coming off of a career-high 156 yards a week ago at University of North Dakota. Oh, man.
Wisham one half of that safety core, Lucky Dozier being the other, that has been so big for the NAU Lumberjacks all season.
Out of Antioch, California, Blair Wisham, De La Salle High School. Second down, 17. Southern Utah at the Lumberjack 46. Sorensen in the shotgun. Calls for the ball. Sorensen feeling the pressure from behind, rolls out of it, fires downfield. It'll be overthrown at about the 10-yard line. Looking downfield for Henna Brown, who was streaking down the sideline.
And there you see, you can't give up on Brad Sorensen. Again, the receiver kind of thought he was in trouble, slowed up a little bit. Brad Sorensen can get that ball downfield. He's got an NFL arm.
Brad Sorensen has taken a beating this season also, though. 34 times he's been sacked this year. That is the most sacks allowed in the Big Sky Conference, and he has not missed a snap. He is one tough cookie. Third in a bunch. Third down at 17. Sorensen, shotgun, trips to the near side. Pressure coming off of the edges. Sorensen feels it. He throws a laser beam. Strike, caught at the 23-yard line. No, it's going to be ruled incomplete. Easton Pedersen, I thought he had it. He thought he had it.
I thought he did too. Here you see the replay and a great throw by Brad Sorensen. The ball was certainly bobbled. I think he caught that. He did.
That's a catch.
I think that's a catch, guys. I really do.
On replay, and you know, at this level we don't have replay, but he got that hand underneath.
We got away with one there.
I think we did there, gentlemen, in this Big Sky Conference battle here between Southern Utah University and NAU. And here's the punt. High floater. Austin Shanks signals for the fair catch. It bounces at the 11 and manages to stay in and not go across the plane of the end zone. How about that one? It's going to be down at the 1-yard line. First a 61-yard punt, then a 47-yarder down to the 1-yard line. Our first email coming from Bridget and Frank in Phoenix, who are very, very happy that I'm back in the broadcast booth after a little bit of a scare earlier this week. Had some work done.
Never missed any time, though.
No, sure haven't. Had a little bit of work done inside of my chest, and everything's going to be just fine. Here's Joy checking in. Love watching on Fox Sports Arizona. Let's go, Jacks. 9 is a nice number, as in trying to go for 9 wins in a row.
Jack's backed up about as far as you can be here.
The I formation. Hand off Bowman, running left, and there's not a lot of room left.
He's
maybe get a yard.
Tackled in the end zone, but his forward progress is going to give about a yard. Here we go on, we're going to see that pass play, and again, I think what the official saw was that ball approaching the ground, but again, he had his hand underneath it. That's a catch.
It went right off of the top of his hand. What a great angle and a great replay on that. Bill Ferris in our truck directing and picking that one up.
The missed call really equates to a turnover for Southern Utah. They would have had a first down. Now they had to kick the ball away.
Second down and 9 at their own 2-yard line. Now Grosser gets up in the shotgun. calls for the ball, rolls out to the near side in his own end zone. He's got to get rid of that bad boy, and does.
He did. He knew the pressure was on. There was not an open receiver that he felt like he could get the football to. Kerry Grosser wisely throwing that ball out of bounds.
Here's a shout out to you from former Lumberjack great linebacker Jake Crisp, who's emailing in. He says, enjoying the game in high def in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Just inducted into the NAU Athletics Hall of Fame was Jake Crisp. Great job to you, Kevin, he writes, on getting this game set up with a trophy. I love the Grand Canyon tie-in. Now we just need to make sure it never leaves the Grand Canyon State. I love that sentiment, Jake. Thanks for the email. lumberjacktalk@nau.edu. 3rd and 9 at the Lumberjack 2. Offset I formation. Grossert under center, play action, roll out again to the near side. He's got to dump it off to the fullback, Jake Hess, underneath. And that's not going to be enough for the first down as he'll get out to about the 8-yard line.
Kerry wanted to go further downfield to a receiver that was in first down area where he could get a first down, and just couldn't find an open receiver. Checked it down to Jake Hess. It gives them a little bit more room to work with, but they've got to punt the ball away.
And that means that guy doesn't have a lot of room to work with. Andy Wilder, the junior out of Scottsdale Notre Dame Prep High School, one of 44 Arizona players on the NAU football roster. He's number 3 in FCS in punting, 45.2 yards.
They blocked it.
That one is partially blocked. And it's going to go out of the end zone. And they're going to put the hands together.
That'll be a safety.
And call it a safety. Man, Wilder, watch on the replay how the pressure is going to come on Wilder, and he's going to step right into this one. Boom, right there. See the hand coming up on the right side of your screen.
It didn't appear at first that he got all of it from our angle, but the ball did go completely backwards and out of bounds in the end zone, resulting in a 2-point safety. Southern Utah adds to their lead and will get the ball back after the free kick.
Brad Meyer, the big nose tackle out of Boise, Idaho Capital High School, 6'3", 292-pound junior.
Same high school as former Arizona Cardinal Jake Plummer.
Correct you are, sir. Former Arizona Cardinal and
a few
ASU Sun Devil.
Got a few nuggets.
Every once in a while you pull
there.
a nugget out. Let's pull one out of the email inbox. Matt Elliott, NAU class of 93. Hey, Mitch, you're supposed to support the linemen. I do. I love the linemen. Just taking a look at that. Wow, that's a great effort on the part of Brad Meyer.
Slicing through those 3 blockers. There you see Ed Lamb. He's got to be happy about this first quarter of football.
And now Wilder will free kick it from his own 20. Pops this one off, a pretty good one.
That's a real good kick.
At the 18-yard line near side, and collared and tackled it around the 29-yard line.
Good tackle by Lucky Dozier.
Good tackle by Dozier, but decent position to start for Southern Utah after getting the safety. And that'll be a 60-yard punt, free kick for Andy Wilder. As NAU's defense comes back out on the field, down 9-0 here with 2:39 to go in the first quarter. Hey, our next email. As an NAU alum, writes Todd, just curious if there are any current Lumberjack players highly touted as NFL prospects, and which previous NFL players have made it, or NAU players have made it to the NFL. Well, Travis Brown, for one, former quarterback. There's several. Let's see here. Dave Heisman played in the professional ranks.
A number of Lumberjack players have played, and there's some guys, including Zach Bowman, on the current roster who will certainly have an opportunity.
Jeff Lewis bursting through the middle for a first down, and into the secondary is number 40.
Anders Battle's headgear came off. He's going to have to step out. Blake Bailey will come in for him.
Brian Wilson on the carry. And watch the hole for Wilson to burst through right there. Good acceleration, and then the helmet popping off under the new rule in college football. Your helmet comes off, the hat comes off, you come off for one play.
Wilson's a tough runner.
Big kid, 6-footer, 206 pounds. He's a senior out of Mission Hills High School in San Diego. Hold on a minute. Flag's coming down. Reggie, what's going on down there? Looks like we got something happening. Pre-snap.
False start.
There it is.
Number 7 of the offense. 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, they could have
First
gotten
down.
49 for movement also, but they got one of the linemen.
Going back to Wilson, in order to tackle him, you've got to make sure your pad level is low and wrap up, or he's going to get by you or through you.
4.4 yards per carry, Brian Wilson. See the kid in front of Wilson, though, in the I formation? That is Lavelle Ika. He's 5'7" and 240. Moving in motion. Ika, number 49, that guy. Sorensen fires that out into the far flat. It's caught. And out to about the 44-yard line for Southern Utah is Easton Pedersen out of Highland, Utah's Lone Peak High School.
You're right. Firing it out there. One-step drop. Very quickly out to Pedersen rather. And then he's just man for man on his guy. A nice play to pick up, 4 yards. Nearly 5.
Pedersen will come off, and he'll take a look there at number 22, Marcus Alford out of Oxnard, California, left cornerback. Flags again.
Another false start here.
Yep. They're a little anxious.
False start. 72 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
That's referee Bruce Bondi.
I said 5 yards on the last play. It was really 10 after the other false start. And Southern Utah hurting themselves on this drive.
Jeff Lewis, former NAU quarterback, played with the Denver Broncos and the Charlotte Panthers. It's a good question, Todd. Lumberjack Talk at NAU.edu. Let's take a look if we can see. There's the motion over on the right side of the line. Big number 72, Russell Peterson. Manti High School in Utah. Manti, Utah. Sorensen under pressure, dancing around nicely, fires that one. It is complete to Pedersen over the middle. He's close to another Southern Utah first down.
Southern Utah had 8 receivers coming into this game with 18 or more catches. Really a team that likes to distribute the ball among the receivers. Right now, Pedersen getting a lot of touches.
Craig Frum making the tackle for NAU, the sophomore out of Mesa Red Mountain High School.
Hey guys, Sorensen is showing some real subtleties in the pocket where he's stepping in, getting some pressure, but just knowing where to step right before he throws the ball. That's pro style right there.
He sets up under center of the I formation. Wilson, the deep back. Ika, the up back. It's third down and a yard at their own 49-yard line. Snap, play action. He's going for it. Avoids the pressure momentarily. Then he goes down. Jarrett Bilbray. That should be his 4th sack of the season for the big 5th-year senior out of Bonita Vista High School in San Diego.
And an example, again, of Brad Sorensen probably holding on to the ball too long, wanting to find an open receiver downfield, and it just wasn't there. And on 3rd and 1, that's a big NAU sack.
We'll take a break here at the end of the first quarter. 9-0 Southern Utah leads. You're watching Big Sky Conference football in the Flagstaff Medical Center, NAU Lumberjack Network. Zach Bowman breaks it, cuts back, could go, touchdown. Pride, dedication, determination, belief. It's the foundation of our future.
And the future is now.
Buy seats now to see NAU play Cal Poly November 17th at 4 p.m. Call 928-523-5353 for ticket information.
At Northern Arizona University, we're reaching for the stars, and I'm True Blue NAU.
We're restoring our forest.
And I'm True Blue NAU.
It's our home away from home. And we're True Blue NAU. I'm learning to make the world a safer place. And I'm True Blue NAU.
We're building the 21st century university. And I am True Blue NAU.
Shop with pride. Wear your Northern Arizona University gear on Fridays. Be True Blue NAU.
Hey, Suns fans. Come out to Buffalo Wild Wings in Tempe Friday at 7 to watch our Suns as they take on the Lakers.
Join us as we cheer on the Suns and be your guest bartenders. Plus, don't miss out on some great ticket giveaways and prizes. This Friday at 7.
The college basketball season tips off in a big way. From the flight deck of the USS Midway, Syracuse and San Diego State, Northrop Grumman presents the Battle on the Midway.
Jerome Sowers not happy. Just look at his face. You can see it. 9-0. His 11th ranked Lumberjacks are down to Southern Utah University. Here's the punt. And it's a beaut.
And the second punt where NAU got in there.
Oh, Shanks elects to field this one.
Inside the 10.
Inside his 10 and around his own 7 or 8 yard line. That is a 51-yard punt.
Remember, Austin Shanks has coached. You put your heels on that 10-yard line and don't go backwards. And that time he did. The second punt that Southern Utah has pinned NAU inside of the 10.
Start of the second quarter here in the Sky Dome in this new rivalry game for the Hinton Burdick Grand Canyon Trophy. New member of the Big Sky Conference, Southern Utah taking on the 11th ranked NAU Lumberjacks. The Jacks now right to left across their radio dial. 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line. Grossert under center, takes the snap, hands it off, and there's just nowhere for Zach Bowman to go. The junior out of Hamilton High School in Chandler is finding it very difficult.
NAU going no huddle here.
Picking up the pace here. No question about it. Two wides to the near side of the field. Shotgun for Grossert. Loss of 2. Calls for the ball in his own end zone. Throws it out. It's caught by the tight end, Rickert. Spins out of one tackle. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage and maybe +1 yard. As you take a look at number 83, R.J. Rickert, another Arizona product, a sophomore, true sophomore out of Gilbert's Mesquite High School. 6'3", 230. Shotgun, quick. 3rd down and 10. Grossert calls for the ball. He's in trouble, and he's going to be sacked in the end zone. That might be another safety.
For Southern Utah's second safety of the game. Yeah. Although they're going to say that he was not in the end zone. That's...
They are saying he's down at the 1 yard. Reggie, you're down on the field. What do you think?
He was actually standing just out of the end zone when he got hit.
The initial contact took place on the field of play. Therefore, it is not a safety.
And not a lot of argument from Southern Utah's coaching staff. And Kerry Grossert didn't see it coming. And that's actually a good call.
Very good call. Very good call. But it pins him back. It's going to be a tough punt.
It's kind of the forward progress concept that NAU really benefits from there.
Namari Fentroy with the hit. And boy, does Wilder have to get this one off in a hurry. And he does. But this is going to be great field position for Southern Utah. Fielded at their own 43 and getting inside the 35-yard line of NAU to around the 31-yard line. Nice looking punt return for Griff McNabb.
Wilder getting that one off very quickly, almost like he didn't get his full kick into it that time. Tell you what, Mitch, NAU's got to wake up here. Southern Utah has come to play.
It's like NAU seems to have taken a collective ambient to kind of start this game off. The 11th ranked team in the country playing for, if they were able to win this game, which would have to be now a comeback win, at least a share of the Big Sky Conference Football Championship and punching their ticket to the FCS playoffs. Right now, they're down 9-0 on their home field and not looking good. Left to right, Sorensen. Shotgun, calls for the ball. Hands it off out of the shotgun. This is Wilson driving forward and getting great yardage on 1st down to the 25-yard line. Brian Wilson, the senior out of Mission Hills High School in San Diego.
Wilson does a very nice job getting north and south at the right time. That time was kind of off tackle, but had a seam immediately. Jumped on it, picked up 7 yards on 1st down.
Quentin Contreras making a tackle who I thought was not going to play today because of an injury, but he's back in the lineup.
You go 2nd and 3rd with Brad Sorensen. You've got an open playbook.
That's exactly what it is, by the way. Second down and 3. Shotgun, Sorensen. Fires a pass at the 5. Busted up, incomplete. Anders Battle, the junior out of Desert Vista High School in Phoenix.
Really nice coverage by Anders Battle. Reggie, you had a good sight on that one.
Yeah, he was right in front of me. He was stride for stride with him and turned his head just at the nick of time. Had he turned a moment sooner, he'd have picked that one off, guys.
Got to beware of this Southern Utah team. They only have 4 wins this season, but on the road they've been tough. 28 points per game they score on average on the road, and they're 2-3 on the road. Sorensen, 3rd and 3, shotgun. Steps up to his line, changes the play. Back in the gun. Wilson off the left shoulder, he calls for the ball. Wilson stays in pass pro. Into the end zone. Just off of the fingertips, incomplete.
Boy, a nice throw by Brad Sorensen in stride. Would have taken a great effort to come down with that ball because it was good coverage.
That's Fatu Moala, who is a junior out of Keams High School, who was a walk-on, by the way, at the University of Utah in 2010. Had 5 catches there for the Utes. Field goal attempt now. And this is Colton Cook.
Cook, a left
footer. They're both left footers, the punter and the kicker. This is a 43-yard attempt for Cook. It's good. Early in the second quarter, we have now extended the lead for Southern Utah, 12-0 over the 11th-ranked Lumberjacks. You're watching Big Sky Conference football on the Flagstaff Medical Center, NAU Lumberjack Network. Southern Utah, 1st and 10, Lumberjacks at their own 44-yard line right to left. Two wides to the near side of the field. In motion comes Dejon Walker. Now he sets up over on the right. Play action. There's a deep drop for Grosser, and he's under big pressure. He's on the run. He's running for his life. And he takes a kind of an awkward fall forward for a gain of about 2, maybe 3 yards.
There were 2 receivers in the pattern, one of which, Austin Shanks, fell down. R.J. Rickert was the other one and was covered pretty well. Kerry Grosser recognized that and decided, hey, I better get what I can here.
Man, that was a great move.
Plus he was getting pressure
by Fentroy, the strong side linebacker, who kind of made a nice little bit of a swim move, if you will, to kind of get in through the offensive line of NAU and crack the protection and send Grosser scrambling. 2nd down and 8. Grosser in the shotgun at his own 46. 2 wides to the near side of the field. Grosser calls for the ball, throws this one deep, and it's caught over the middle. 40-yard line of the Thunderbirds. Another 1st down for the Lumberjacks on this one. Is that Jesse Brantley?
It is.
Jesse Brantley is his 8th catch of the season out of Gilbert High School in the Valley of the Sun.
Credit that offensive line for NAU giving Kerry Grosser plenty of time to find an open Jesse Brantley.
Sliding to make the catch was Jesse Brantley. 10:30 mark of the second quarter. 12-0 Southern Utah leads the 11th-ranked Lumberjacks. Grosser in the gun. 2 wides to the near side of the field. 1st and 10 at the SUU 40. He calls for the ball. He hands off the ball. Running left, but finding nowhere to run left. Again.
Southern Utah doing a very nice job finding the ball with Zach Bowman and then bringing him down. That time stopping him, pushing him back to the point where the whistle was blown.
Taking a look at Zach Browning. Also in on the 10 play was Cody Larson, who is he is really good. 6'4", 300-pound senior out of Draper, Utah. Went to Jordan High School. Preseason All-American at tackle.
The Jordan Beat Diggers.
Beat Diggers is one of my favorite high school nicknames ever. Beat Diggers. So it suggests to me, do they dig a lot of beats in that part of the country? I don't know. You tell me. Here's the snap. It's Grosser, 2nd and 10. Comes to the near side of the field. That's caught by Austin Shanks and rolls out of bounds at around the 34-yard line of Southern Utah. It'll be a gain of about 6 yards or so. Tommy Collette on the coverage and tackle.
Quick throw out in the flat to Austin Shanks.
Boy, that was a kind of a wobbly throw there, wasn't it, from Grosser?
Keep an eye out on that same play and a little bit later on, guys, because Dejon Walker is starting to make his presence known, I believe. He's getting right into those open areas. He just hasn't been seen by Grosser.
Here's Walker in motion on 3rd and 4. Grosser calls for the ball out of the shotgun. He's under pressure. He's going down at the 40-yard line. My goodness, James Cowser. That's going to be his 6th and a half sack this season. A freshman out of Fruit Heights, Utah, Davis High School.
And a big sack on 3rd down because it really removes any opportunity for a real long field goal attempt for NAU. They're going to punt this ball away and try to pin Southern Utah deep in their own territory.
He plays the position that's known as rush in for Southern Utah's defensive line, and Wilder's got to kick the ball away. They're out of field goal range, even here at altitude. At 7,000 feet. Wilder kind of tries to spin this one end over end to get a favorable bounce, but it's going to bounce into the end zone. It'll be a touchback.
Taylor Patton was down there as the gunner looking for the football, but it was just kicked maybe 2-3 yards too long by Andy Wilder, not giving NAU any opportunity to pin Southern Utah.
12-0 Southern Utah at the 8:14 mark of the second quarter. Back into the email inbox we'll go. Big shout out to my Flagstaff NAU friends from Olympia, Washington, listening on the iPhone plugged into my stereo, watching also the Montana State Portland State game as well. From Richard, class of 91, 96, psychology, go Lumberjacks, he writes. Lumberjack Talk at nau.edu is our email inbox. Hit us up. 1st and 10, Sorensen left to right at his own 20-yard line. I formation. He's going to hand it off to the deep back. Wilson running right. Kind of bobbled the ball for just a second on the handoff. He's going to gain about a yard on the play to the 21. What do you got for me, K-Steve?
What are you watching that Montana State game for? They're at 52-7 on Portland State. I'd turn that one on. In the second quarter.
You know, Montana State, it's scoreboard watching now time. And Montana State is one of 3 teams in the Big Sky with 1 loss in Big Sky play. Of course, the others being Eastern Washington and Cal Poly. NAU still the lone undefeated team at the moment.
52 points with 4 minutes in the second quarter.
Denarius McGee and company, Rob Ash, they're getting it going. Sorensen fires this one out into the near flat. The Pedersen makes a beautiful move and gets out past the 30 to the 32-yard line. And Easton Pedersen gets the first down.
Pedersen really made a move.
Watch the move after the catch here.
And he really fooled Anders Battle there on that one.
That's a first down for Southern Utah. For our radio listeners, this is KBTK, Kachina Village, 105.1 FM, The Big Talker, and online at BigTalkerRadio.com. You're also watching live on Fox Sports Arizona throughout the Southwest and nationwide. First and 10, Sorensen fires this one out to Brian Wilson, heading out to that far side of the field. And Wilson going to be tripped out of bounds, and it'll be a short gain on the play for the senior who set a career-high rushing total.
And real good pursuit.
156 yards a week ago.
Good pursuit and contact by Devin Willis there, playing cornerback.
Robin Murray writes in, Sierra Vista says, go Jacks, let's win today. And don't forget the show to ban. From Robin. Robin, thanks. From down in southern Arizona and Sierra Vista, watching on Fox Sports Arizona. Lumberjack Talk at NAU.edu. Brad Sorensen, a former BYU redshirt, 6'5", 235 in the shotgun, calls for the ball. Presence in the pocket. Look at his confidence. Now he rolls out to the near side calmly and then throws the ball away calmly.
More athleticism and elusiveness out of Brad Sorensen than you would expect. A big-bodied guy. You think, hey, he's pretty much most comfortable right there in the pocket. That time he did a nice job extending the play, ending up throwing it out of bounds, but giving Southern Utah an opportunity.
Todd in Minneapolis writes, hey guys, I'm watching a game in Minnesota. What Arizona high school produced the most lumberjack players? Wondering where Scottsdale Saguaro ranks. Thanks, from Todd in Minneapolis. What do you think, K-Steve? You're a Cactus Cobra.
I'm assuming he's talking about Scottsdale Saguaro.
Here's the snap of Sorensen. He's got some pressure. He fires. We got contact, pass interference coming. Reg, it was not incidental, I don't think. What do you think?
Well, they got tangled up, but it was a little bit more physical than it needed to be, so they definitely caught him on that.
The pass was incomplete, but it's going to be ruled pass interference.
What's tough about a play like that with Anders Battle is, it really doesn't matter who initiated the contact. Their feet got tangled. Both
pass
players.
Interference, number 19 of the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
Again, I think we'll get a pretty good look here. And again, well, actually, Anders Battle got that left arm around him. And
he was
that was a good call.
Try to keep him going any deeper, so good call.
We've been accused occasionally of maybe favoring the guys in blue, but that time...
Not too often.
That time a good call.
That was a good call. I formation for Sorensen after pass interference. First down at 10. The Thunderbirds are at their own 49. Sorensen under center. Drop, pumps to the near side. Now rolls a little to the near side. Coming to there. More contact. Reggie, that was almost right on top of you, man.
Now, again, that contact was initiated.
That should have been offensive interference.
Because, again, that contact was completely initiated by Southern Utah. That's that's Jared Bilbray.
And now they start the clock with 5.5 go till halftime. Third down and about 14 at the Southern Utah 45. Sorensen recognizes something defensively for the Jacks and changes the play. He's in the shotgun. 2 wide to the near side. He calls for the ball. Looking all the way to the far sideline. Loses his receiver who is streaking downfield. And it was underthrown just enough.
NAU rushing 7. A full house blitz. Brad Sorensen recognized that. Went deep to the streaking receiver. but not successfully, as you see the quarterback and coach talking about it right there.
Brock Miller on the punt. 5'11", 182 pounds, out of Southern California's Solana Beach. The Deuce standing at his own 11. Austin Shanks. Floater, and Shanks is going to have to let this one bounce. It takes a lumberjack bounce in a huge way. Now it's picked up on the run, and a couple of extra yards. Kind of a risky gamble by Lucky Dozier. As we take a look at Lucky Dozier, number 3 in the Big Sky Conference in passes defended.
Lucky recognizing how many yards that those bounces were costing NAU, and he decided to go ahead and pick it up. But again, fortunately, he found the handle.
Offense has been absolutely goose day here in the first half. Down 12-0, 5:04 to go till halftime. That man, Kerry Grossert, in the shotgun.
I said that wrong. That was helping NAU.
That was actually helping NAU.
Yeah.
He calls for the ball. Grossert, pressure, dancing. He's going to get hit, and he's going to go down at the 40. It'll be a gain of about 2 or 3 yards for Kerry Grossert.
Yes, I got to wake up, too. If I'm calling on the Jacks to wake up, you better expect a little bit more out of your analyst.
You corrected yourself, though, Kevin.
That's
it's
true.
all good.
If you pick up your own mistake, is it really an error? I've always said that. I don't know, Reg. What do you think? Jeff Tukuafu on the tackle. Second down at 7. NAU right to left at their own 40. Grossert under center, takes the snap, hands it off to Bowman in the middle of the field.
There you go, Zach
There's a little bit of space for Zach Bowman. He'll be tackled just short of the first down marker.
We haven't seen a whole lot of that. Right there, Zach Bowman between the tackles.
Tommy Collette out of Moore Park, California.
There you go.
Watch one for 20 right here.
Zach Bowman, and credit the offensive line with creating a big hole for him to run. Makes 2 cuts and picks up 9 yards on second down.
3rd and short. Jacks need this one. They need points before the half. No question about it here. 46-yard line of their own. Walker comes in motion, now sets up on the inside. Play action, roll out. Grossert, he's got trouble. He's going to have to throw this ball away.
And you're right, just a lot of pressure by 2 Southern Utah defenders that time. Brings up 3rd, or rather 4, and very short. Midfield, no points. You maybe wondered, do you take a little bit of a gamble and go for it here? Right now, NAU trotting their punt team out.
Bring it out Andy Wilder, the wild man. To punt the ball away with about 3:50 to go. Back deep for Southern Utah, that young man, Griff McNabb. He's averaging about 6 yards a punt return this season.
Boy, not a great kick here by Andy Wilder. Kind of off the side of his foot.
Nothing seems to be going quite right for NAU in this football game with 3:45 to go until halftime, down 12-0. Let's take a quick look inside of the email inbox. Hey, Todd, again, thanks for that email from Minneapolis. That was a 28-yard punt, by the way, from Wilder as we look at Ed Lamb in his 5th season. You know, Scottsdale Notre Dame Prep, Todd, has produced a few Lumberjack players. Here's Karen checking in. Good to hear you, Mitch. And seeing the Lumberjacks on Fox Sports Arizona as we take a look again at Ed Lamb, head coach of Southern Utah.
Not since the UNLV game, Mitch, has NAU been shut out in the first half. Remember the last time we were here in the Sky Dome against UC Davis, they almost were. Scored a late touchdown in that half to take it into the locker room up 7-0. But right now, not a lot going.
Handoff out of the shotgun and running to the left side and getting some yards, Brian Wilson. Gain of about 6 or 7. Again, Karen writes in, really hoping to see NAU win. If they do, would it be a tie for the Big Sky Championship? It would be at least that much, Karen. Eastern Washington lost to Southern Utah, and Montana State lost to Eastern Washington. So wouldn't NAU be the overall champ, she writes.
They will if they win this game and then win again a week from now. But that's a long way from now, down 12-0.
Indeed, Brian Wilson on the carry right side of the line and gets hit pretty hard, maybe a gain of a yard as you...
The coaching staff for NAU has done a great job all season focusing on the game at hand. And they're just trying to go 1-0 right now, as you see Wilson there on second down.
Phillips and Ike. That's right there, that big hand gesture that you just saw. That was Big Chima Ike, the 5'10", 255-pound junior out of Walnut, California.
And this is a big play right now. NAU with an opportunity to get the ball back if they can stop him here on 3rd down. with about 2.5 minutes left in the half.
Both teams have all of their timeouts left. Sorensen in the shotgun. 3rd down and about 2. Time, fired, near side, complete. 1st down, Southern Utah. And getting out of bounds, Griff McNabb. But we've got a flag down back on the field.
Maybe a hold here against Southern Utah.
Be about the only thing NAU could hope for at this point, because that was a 1st down to McNabb. Junior out of Pocatello, Idaho. Well, that's a sharp pass. He's got it all.
Holding, 68 of the offense. 10-yard penalty, 3rd down.
It's going to negate the 1st down and push the ball back, make it a 3rd long situation.
Ed Lamb signaling in the next play.
Ed Lamb is was a linebacker in his playing days at Ricks College and then at BYU.
Southern Utah breaking the huddle with 2:15 and counting to go until halftime. 3rd down and 12 at their own 23-yard line. I formation. Sorensen sets up under center. He's going to hand this one off safely to Brian Wilson. Slamming into the right side of the line, and the right side of the line slamming him back.
And he's going to take a quick timeout here to preserve time on the clock. About 1:56 left in the half. Southern Utah will punt the ball away. And the always dangerous Austin Shanks will be deep.
Here's an opportunity now, guys, for NAU with less than 2. We're going to take a timeout, first of all. With 1:56 to go until halftime, it's 12-0 Southern Utah. You're watching Big Sky Conference football on the FMC NAU Lumberjack Network.
The Suns hit the road for a brief 1-game road trip. They pay a visit to Utah to take on the Jazz in the Western Conference Showdown.
Rejected by Gortat.
And it's all on the home of Suns basketball, Fox Sports Arizona.
While the players are locked out from the NHL, they've found other places to stay sharp. We check in with David Schlemko and Kyle Chipchura as they take the ice for the Arizona Sundogs. Hear from them only on FoxSportsArizona.com.
Mom, Dad, I know this is sudden, but I'm in love.
But son, how can you talk?
Lacayo's Enchilada Fest is happening now. Enjoy an appetizer and 2 enchilada entrees for $20.
Turning a 20-foot wall into a canvas takes vision. So we're getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
Mom, Dad, I know this is sudden, but I'm in love.
But son, how can you talk?
Lacayo's Enchilada Fest is happening now. Enjoy an appetizer and 2 enchilada entrees for $20.
All right, welcome back, everyone, now to our radio television simulcast. Exactly 2 minutes left in the first half with the 11th-ranked Lumberjacks down 12-0. But here's an opportunity. The punt. Will this be returnable?
And a good
I don't think so. NAU sent 2 punt returners deep to try to set up something, but they're not even going to get a chance to return this.
Second consecutive punt that NAU's benefited from an NAU bounce following the punt. They're going to get the ball about the 28-yard line, and 1:52 left in this half for NAU to kind of get going offensively. They need some points.
47-yard punt for Brock Miller of Southern Utah. NAU 2 timeouts, 1:52 to go. The ball is at their own 28-yard line. 1st and 10. Shotgun, Grosser. Calls for the ball. Looks near, now goes out to the far side, and again, pocket collapsing around him. Reg, you're right there. You're right pretty much at the line of scrimmage. What's happening with NAU offensively in terms of their protection right now?
The protection, I'll tell you, the Southern Utah linemen are just pushing them back, and that's what's causing Grosser to have to scramble really quickly.
2nd down and 7 now. Grosser to the shotgun again, calls for the ball. Dumps it underneath to Zach Bowman, dancing at the 35-yard line and hemmed in right there.
NAU with 2 timeouts. That clock's going to keep going here. Now minute 20.
Mike Needham on the tackle. Third down. At about 3, Grossert calls for the ball to the near side. Deshaun Walker. He's got to fight for the first down. He does. He gets it to the 40-yard line, keeps the drive moving.
He's got it. Clock will stop at 1:07 while they move the chains, allowing NAU to preserve the 2 timeouts that they have as Kerry Grossert quickly calls out the play to his receiving corps.
James Cowser on the tackle of Deshaun Walker. First down and 10. Again, calls for the ball. Grossert, shotgun. Pressure coming from behind. Caught from behind by Cowser.
I thought maybe a horse collar. They're not going to call it there. NAU may have to call a timeout here with 54 seconds left in the half.
The difference in this ball game so far has been the point of attack for NAU offensively versus Southern Utah defensively. They have been more physical. They have been
along the line of scrimmage. More physical. They have been more active. They have prevented NAU from really getting any offensive rhythm. And now you're taking a look at the offensive coordinator, first-year offensive coordinator, Rich Scangarello.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to make some adjustments, guys, because the linemen are just actually getting pushed right back on their heels. And Grosser's really not having time to even set up.
NAU came into this game sporting an 8-game winning streak. Their first 8-game winning streak since 1958, when they started 11-0 on the season. I mean, 54 years. And that winning streak is under severe threat.
Boy, you were about the 2nd grade back in '58, weren't you?
No, man, I was just graduating from high school. Yeah, nut. 53 seconds to go. My man, Kevin Stevens. It's good to be in the booth with you, K-Steve. It's good to be in the Sky Dome. Good to be back with you, Lumberjack Nation.
It's good to be in a domed stadium here in Flagstaff today.
The wind chill's probably hovering around 20 outside. 2nd down, 15, NAU. Grossert in the shotgun, his own 35, calls for the ball. Very deep drop. Pass out to the far side. Walker goes up for it, trying to get to the out of bounds.
And he didn't get out of bounds. They're going to run the clock here, and NAU's going to have to take their final timeout. It'll bring up 3rd and a long 10.
That ball kind of sailed just a tad.
Well, he threw that ball a long ways. It was a very deep drop back by Kerry Grossert, and he went out in the far flat to Zach Bowman. And by the time the ball got there wasn't a lot Zach Bowman could do with it. He did pick up 5 yards, but the worst part about it, didn't get out of bounds, which forces NAU to take their 3rd and final timeout.
Future NAU engineering major, fall of 2013, 3rd generation NAU engineering family member watching the Jacks with my son, hopefully 4th generation engineering major at NAU for the class of 2032. Go Jacks from Andrew and Christian. Frank Pollock, Todd McMillan also played in the NFL, to kind of go back to that theme of thinking.
Renee Stewart, very long career in the NFL with the
been a lot of them.
Titans.
Here's an email from Judy. Good luck to NAU. Bring home a win, and a special shout out to the athletic training program that takes good care of our team, and also, by the way, your broadcast announcer. With love from a mom in Buckeye, Arizona, watching on Fox Sports Arizona. Thanks for that email. Lumberjack Talk at nau.edu. 41 seconds, no timeouts.
Now you've got to think, hey, not only do we need to get the first down, but
got to get out of bounds.
Got to get down there.
Shotgun Grossert, 1st and 10, or rather 3rd and 10 at his own 40. Calls for the ball. A little bit more time this time. Gets his feet planted, goes into double coverage to Deshaun Walker, and Walker had nowhere to go to even come close to that football. It'll fall incomplete, and NAU will have no choice here but to punt the ball away with 35 seconds to go.
Yeah, Walker very, very well covered on that play, and Kerry Grossert, I don't know if he recognized that it was just good coverage, because he out threw Deshaun Walker by quite a ways.
Andy Wilder's been busy in this game. Punter out of Scottsdale's Notre Dame Prep High School. Here's the snap. Wilder almost had that one blocked. Fair catch called for and accepted by Griff McNabb and Southern Utah. A 46-yard punt. We'll have 29 seconds and a 12-0 lead to work with here on the road in the Sky Dome, playing for the inaugural Hinton Burdick Grand Canyon Trophy.
Quick shout out to Taylor, Haley, and Ty, who are listening from Billings, Montana.
I wonder now if Sorensen will be, and Ed Lamb, as head coach, will be happy to take the knee and go in with the 12-0 lead and not take any chances, or will you put that NFL arm to work here?
Well, they're lining up in the shotgun. You would think probably with a 12-0 lead and deep in your own territory, you might do that. But well,
inside handoff to Brian Wilson. He's got a little bit of space, and he's tackled it around the 19-yard line. And that'll be the last play of the half unless somebody calls a timeout.
I don't think anybody's going to do that.
Stay tuned at halftime. Reggie Eccleston on Fox Sports Arizona on the sidelines will have our coverage. On radio, it'll be myself and Andrew Tomsky.
Again, not since the second game of the season against UNLV have the Lumberjacks been held scoreless in the first half. We know how that game turned out. We hope this one will.
AU has outscored its opponents 279 to 106. Third down and 12. Sorensen, I formation. Deep drop and a rifle shot pass, and it's too much. Back to the inside for the intended receiver, C.J. Morgan. Goes incomplete, and the punting unit comes out 3 and out for the Thunderbirds.
Exactly how you want to start defensively. NAU, of course, received the ball first of the game, which means Southern Utah had the first chance in the second half. A quick 3 and out gives NAU the football with just a minute and a half off the clock.
Brock Miller's done a good job of keeping the ball out of the hands of the top punt returner in the nation, Austin Shanks. Let's see if he can do it again. It's a high one, so really no opportunity for Shanks other than to dive forward. We have a flag down on the play.
You're going to get an interference call against Southern Utah. What I was going to say is the real high punt forced Austin Shanks to do the fair catch, taking his big play ability out of the play, but Southern Utah got too close to him, and I think NAU's going to pick up some free yardage here.
40-yard punt from Brock Miller. Penalty, though, coming.
Kick catch interference, number 42 of the kicking team. 15 yards from the spot of the catch.
See if we can pick it up on the replay. Fair catch was signaled, and there's the contact.
Not a lot of contact, but this year a rule change. You get within, I think it's a yard. You get that call. That's going to give NAU great field position just outside the 50-yard line.
Casey Rawlinson, the guilty party for Southern Utah. 12-0 deficit for NAU, but great drive start position left to right for our radio listeners. Grossert under center. 1st and 10 at the Lumberjack 49-yard line. Here's the snap and the handoff to Bowman. And he cannot get to the corner. Not even close. He'll lose a yard on the play. Zach Bowman. Again, finding the running very difficult weak side linebacker Mike Needham out of St. George, Utah, making the tackle.
Yeah, Needham just flying to the football on that play to bring Zach Bowman down, losing a yard on the play. Zach Bowman trying to get to the outside. Needham beat him to it.
2nd and 11 now for NAU. Grossert goes no backs, spread formation, shotgun at his own 48. Brings the deuce in motion, fakes the end around, throws it underneath and a little inside screen to Deshaun Walker, dancing his way into Thunderbird territory to the 45-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 6-7 yards. They've shown that play a couple times this season, Kevin, that handoff on the end around on the shotgun to the deuce right there. They faked that one and get it into the hands of the big Deshaun Walker, the sophomore out of Eddie Basha High School in Chandler. 3rd down and a long 3, close to 4 at the Southern Utah 44-yard line. Trips to the near side. Now Cole moves in motion to the far side. Shotgun Grossert calls for the ball. Throws that one underneath and incomplete, underthrown at the 40-yard line, looking for Ife Umodu.
Slant route by Ife. Ball was simply thrown outside and behind Ife Umodu. Not really any chance to catch that ball. And NAU, after real good field position, not able to pick up a first down. They're going to punt the ball away.
And this is as stagnant as I have seen NAU's offense this year. That includes the game up in Greeley, Colorado against Northern Colorado. where they had the win in on the last-second
And
field
you're
goal.
going to get a penalty here against NAU. There's some movement along the line of scrimmage. I think they're going to get Taylor Malenfant for a false start.
False start, 38 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Here's an email that says, hey guys, enjoying the game in Gilbert, Arizona. Let's go Jacks. Win the Big Sky Conference. If NAU wins or ties for the conference title, are they bowl eligible? From Casey. No, NAU does not play in the football bowl subdivision, Casey, or the FBS. They play in the FCS football championship subdivision. Used to be known as 1AA.
Simply put, the way football should be played.
I'll go with you on that one all the way, K-Steve. They get into an absolute true tournament. And we've got more penalties before Wilder is able to get this one off. We have more penalty flags coming down.
You know, if this goes against NAU, it's going to be difficult for them to pin Southern Utah like they'd like to. And that's going to be the case.
False start, 83 of the offense.
The second consecutive false start. That time, Drew Emanuel being called for movement.
And we'll try it a third time. Perhaps that's the charm. Jerome Sowers with the head coach headset off on the sideline. Here's a snap to Wilder. No flags down on this one, and Wilder launches a big one. And that's going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback. We've got a timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. We are just underway in the third quarter. 12-0 Southern Utah. You're watching Big Sky Conference football on the Flagstaff Medical Center NAU Lumberjack Network.
Life should be equal parts responsibility and fun. Introducing the new Acura ILX. Move up without settling down.
Get everything you need to know about Cardinals football on Cardinals headquarters. Jody Jackson and the gang recap last week's game and look ahead to their next opponent. It's all on Cardinals HQ. Thursdays on Fox Sports Arizona.
A life of adventure. A life of majesty. A life facing extinction. Tiger populations have declined by 90% in the last 50 years, with more tigers living in captivity than in the wild. Big cats are disappearing at alarming rates. Don't let them fade out of the picture. Join Nat Geo Wild and Life of Pi and cause an uproar to save big cats.
The Suns hit the road for a brief one-game road trip. They pay a visit to Utah to take on the Jazz in the Western Conference Showdown.
Rejected by Gortat.
And it's all in the home of Suns basketball, Fox Sports Arizona.
Taking a look at the FCS top 25 Big Sky participants in that particular poll. Montana State number 2, Eastern 5, Northern Arizona's number 11, Cal Poly the Mustangs number 19 this week in the Sports Network FCS top 25. Handoff Wilson right side. On first down and 10 from the 20-yard line, he'll get out about 5 yards on the carry for Mr. Wilson. Tackle made by linebacker Austin Haskett of the Lumberjacks. Brian writes in from Phoenix. He's watching on Fox Sports Arizona. Hey, don't forget, guys, Sean Collins had a great career in the NFL as a former NAU Lumberjack. He was. Nice, successful career playing in the National Football League. Second down and 5, right to left. Brad Sorensen in the I formation, under center. Takes a snap, 3-step drop, fires it out into the near flat. It's caught. That's going to be a first down out to the 33-yard line. The catch made by Fatu Moala, the junior out of Keams High School. He was a walk-on at the University of Utah.
You know, down 12-0, remember, this NAU defense has really only given up 3 points, a field goal, as you see Brad Sorensen firing it out to the receiver. But NAU giving up a safety and then a pick 6 is really how these 12 points got to the scoreboard.
2 safeties.
One was marked off.
One was marked off, that's right. I formation. First and 10 at the Southern Utah 33. Sorensen hands it off safely. Wilson cuts back into the middle of the field and looking to push in the pile forward out to the 41-yard line. And Southern Utah's big offensive line pushing forward. Great off the snap. Jared Bilbray making the tackle.
And again, you get 7 yards from Wilson on first down, and Brad Sorensen on second down. You can afford to take some chances.
Sorensen changing up at the line of scrimmage on second down and 2 at his own 41. I formation. Lavelle Ika is the up back. He leads the way. And another first down run. Brian Wilson flagged down as he gets to the 49-yard line, does Wilson. We'll see if we can catch the infraction on the replay.
I think you're going to get a holding here.
I think right there. If you watched on that replay, it looked like Big Daddy Tim Wilkinson was getting held.
Yes. Yeah,
oh, they're calling a clip.
Clipping 84 of the offense. 15-yard penalty. Second down.
That's worse than a hold for Southern Utah.
Tight end Anthony Norris, the guilty party. And they'll move the ball back. Did you see the clip down there, Reg? You're pretty much right close to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, no, it was in a gang. No, I wasn't able to actually see it. I saw the hold, but I didn't see the clip.
Second down and 17. Southern Utah right to left. Sorensen goes into the I formation again under center. He operated out of the shotgun primarily in the first half. Working right now under center. Dylan Fox, the center. Here's the snap and a deep drop for Sorensen. Lots of time going downfield deep.
Boy, and great coverage along that far sideline. Was covered by both Devin Willis and I think that's Blair Wisham. Am I seeing that right? Just had the receiver blanketed. Check that. I think that's Lucky Dozier.
Along with Devin Willis covering Fatou Moala. 6'2", 183-pound junior.
Devin Willis trotting off, a little banged up on the play. And a big third down, an opportunity for the Lumberjacks to get the ball back. Mark Thompson calling on this crowd to get involved.
NAU drops back deep in coverage. 3rd and 17, Sorensen. Plenty of time now, no more time. He gets pulled down by Mark the Champ Thompson.
Mark Thompson along with Tim Wilkinson making a big play. Again, Mark Thompson's a guy who we thought blew his knee out a week ago at Idaho State. I remember walking in the parking lot next to him. He was crutches, couldn't walk. And here he is 7 days later making a big play on 3rd down.
He likes to be called the champ. See the hair? It's the best hair in the Big Sky Conference. 4th down and the punting unit is out. Brock Miller, the punter, and the Deuce is back at his own 27. And he was going to set up for the return. Miller floats this one very high, and Austin Shanks has no choice but to fair catch it at his own 34-yard line. We'll keep it right here at the 9:32 mark on a 42-yard punt from Brock Miller. NAU down 12-0, the 11th ranked team in the country with an 8-game winning streak on the line against Southern Utah and also the inaugural Hinton Burdick Grand Canyon Trophy. These two schools separated, Cedar City and Flagstaff, by the Grand Canyon, obviously, and about 287 miles. Pretty easy drive from here to Cedar City. How long did that take you usually, Kevin? Yeah, I thought I was going to catch you. Out of the shotgun, Grosser calls for the ball. He swings it out. This is Zach Bowman. And before he could get a whole lot of yards, he gets cut down on the near side of the field, and a gain of 1, maybe 2. J.T. Anderson out of Layton, Utah, making the tackle as Jerome Sowers looking understandably concerned as his offense has just simply not been able to generate much of anything.
Zach Bowman just 22 net yards rushing. Of course, that was a reception in the first half. Been a hard go right now for Zach Bowman in this offense.
2nd and 8. Play action, deep drop, Grossert Fires this one to a wide open Ifeolumodu at the Thunderbird 45-yard line. He's tackled at the 38-yard line. First down, Lumberjacks.
A perfectly thrown football by Kerry Grossert. The play action bought him some time. The offensive line helped him out. And Ifeolumodu running a nice route. Ball thrown accurately and on time. A big play for this NAU offense.
Reg, what'd you think? You like that one from your guy there, Ifeolumodu?
Absolutely. That's what they've been needing, though. It was a perfect, good protection for him. Grossert really laid into it on that one.
Jesse Brantley is now into the game. He sets up with the inside receiver on the far sideline. Tight end Rickert goes in motion. 1st and 10. Grossert hands it off. There goes Bowman left side. This time he's got space, and that's a first down run for Zach Bowman. That's his longest run of the day so far, a gain of about 11 yards.
And I think probably the first time this NAU offense, with maybe the possible exception of the first drive of the game, now inside of the 50, approaching the red zone at the 26-yard line, as you see Zach Bowman deliver the punishment at the end of that play.
I wonder, I did see Ifeolumodu come kind of hobbling off a little bit, and he has been nursing a pretty badly sprained ankle. Hopefully he's okay. 1st and 10 now. Jacks at the Thunderbird 26-yard line. Fake an end around. Is setting up the screen to Bowman. Bowman to the 25, to the 20. And that'll be a gain of about 6 yards. It was a fake, double fake.
Yeah, double play action on that. And then going back underneath to Zach Bowman to what amounted to kind of a screen pass. It was a screen.
You saw getting out in front of it Kyle Walker, Joe Gursky over on the left side of the line. And NAU is now officially in the red zone. 2nd down and 3 at the 19-yard line. This is going to be a handoff to Bowman. Bowman tries to cut back inside of the 20, and he does so, and he gets yardage for a first down to the 15-yard line. First down, Lumberjacks.
Did you see that patience, guys? He hesitated and was able to make that little cut back to the left and then back upfield. That's why he got that first down.
Yeah, classic Zach Bowman. A combination of patience, strength, and speed.
Bowman gives the Jacks a first down. They're deep in the red zone. NAU in the red zone this year. 11th in the Big Sky Conference in conversion into points. That's 81%. This team defensively, Southern Utah, number 2 in the Big Sky, and stopping teams from scoring in the red zone. That's 76%. Handoff, Bowman, right side.
Kerry Grossert bobbled that football. Fortunately, he was able to find the handle and get the ball just in time to Zach Bowman. This could have been dangerous. Difficulty between the center quarterback exchange there, you see. And your heart certainly skips a beat there.
Good recovery by him, though, to still be able to hand that ball off to Zach.
2nd down and 7 now. NAU, the ball is at the Southern Utah 12-yard line. Their best scoring opportunity of the game so far. Shotgun, Grossert. Bowman off the right shoulder. Grossert calls for the ball, looks right, goes inside the Deshaun Walker at the 10. Stays on his feet inside the 10 to the 6-yard line. That's going to be close depending on the spot.
Going to be about a yard short of the first down.
He's a little short, but that was great concentration. The ball was actually tipped when Kerry threw it. And but he still made that catch.
And we've got a Southern Utah player down, and we'll take a break as they look at James Cowser. 6:15 mark of the 3rd quarter, 12-0 Southern Utah. This is Big Sky Conference football on the FMC NAU Lumberjack Network.
At Northern Arizona University,
green is a school color and who we are.
Being green creates jobs.
Money put back in the economy.
Being green is recycling resources.
The same fries that power our students
power Northern Arizona.
Being green shapes our future.
Through research and education,
we will make a difference.
At Northern Arizona University,
sustainability is a principle we believe in.
Northern Arizona University, the difference that matters. Zach Bowman breaks it, cuts back, good go, touchdown. Pride, dedication, determination, belief. It's the foundation of our future.
And the future is now.
Buy seats now to see NAU play Cal Poly November 17th at 4 p.m. Call 928-523-5353 for tickets.
I've been a firefighter here for almost 12 years. These guys are my family, and they can count on me for anything. Here we are at Whataburger, picking up breakfast for the fire department. Thank you. They're going to have a good hot meal. They're hungry. Come on, boys. Chow time. Whoa. Oh, they tear it apart.
We got to feed the machine. We got the breakfast on a bun to keto. That's all I need to say.
What motivates me is their appreciation, sharing breakfast with them, and that's what makes me happy.
Welcome back. Now watch on the replay. There's the ball was actually tipped at the line of scrimmage.
You know, maybe the second time I've seen Dejon Walker today with the ball where I would have liked to maybe seen a little more north-south. He took a little bit of step at the end. I thought he maybe could have got a yard or two just getting it in there.
3rd and 1 for the Lumberjacks. Hand off. Zach Bowman first down, running left. He's inside the 5. And Ife Umodu is trotting back out on the field. That's good to see. He has been battling a sprained ankle now for several weeks.
A big first down conversion for NAU, gets them a first down at the 3-yard line. They need a touchdown here with under 6 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
I formation. This is NAU at 1st and goal from the 3. Umodu and Cole are the wideouts. They're going to throw this one a fade into the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! Ife Umodu! The Lumberjacks are on the board at the 5:40 mark of the 3rd quarter.
Great throw, and what an adjustment by Ife while the ball was in the air. Perfectly set up.
A little bit of contact between the receiver and the defender, but we'll certainly take that. A ball that may have been intended to throw a little bit behind the receiver, Reggie.
Yeah, that was planned. He definitely planned that. He saw that the defensive back had his back to him, and he could just stop him easily like that.
Andy Wilder on to attempt the extra point. The holder, Bachelier, sets it down. The kick is up. The kick is good, and it's all good at Granny's in Flagstaff. We'll take a timeout. 5:40 mark of the 3rd quarter. Score, Southern Utah 12, the 11th ranked Lumberjacks 7. This is Big Sky Conference football on the FMC NAU Lumberjack Network.
Vehicle stability control, electronic brake force distribution, traction control, and brake assist. All standard on the Toyota Corolla. But do you really need all that safety stuff? Yeah, you do.
Now get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2013 34 MPG rated Corolla, or lease one for $169 a month and get a lot for less. Toyota.
This is Emma, and for breakfast she's having a premium roast coffee and a sausage burrito from McDonald's Dollar Menu. And that's a very good decision. Now a bad decision was moving right next to the train station. No worries, Emma. You already made a good decision with a Dollar Menu for breakfast. The simple joy of a smart decision.
Over the last 5 years, Kia's been the fastest growing car company in America. It's because we've redesigned our entire lineup to be better than ever before. And because the Optima is the most appealing midsize car. Plus, the Soul was ranked highest in initial quality by J.D. Power and Associates. In other words, Kia is America's fastest growing car company for good reason. So come in today to see all that Kia has to offer. And right now, lease the 2013 Optima LX for $199 a month.
Joe Gursky. And that's a big leg that's being stretched out, and he does not look like it is comfortable. The sophomore, he's a 3rd-year sophomore out of Valley Center, California. Played 7 games last year at right tackle, redshirted in 2010, and 6'5", 315 pounds. He now plays left tackle for the Lumberjacks as the Ryan Hawkins kick goes out of the back of the end zone.
Jersky's missed a couple of games early in this football season. The ASU game and the UNLV game. They need that big body back in there.
See how Ed Lamb and the Thunderbirds respond now to allowing a touchdown to be put on the board, but they're looking still at Gursky. Here's an email that says, good afternoon. I like that, very formal. Sherelle White, 2010 NAU graduate here. Good to see Fox Sports Arizona showing the game live. What do you think NAU's postseason will like? Go Jacks from Window Rock, Arizona on the Navajo Nation. Though they're going to need to win a couple of games here, at least this one for sure. Shotgun, Sorensen calls for the ball, throws this one, caught, nice look and throw and catch, rolling for the catch out to the 32-yard line, short of the first down. But anyway, McNabb, a nice looking play. No relation, I think, to Donovan McNabb.
Quick inside post from an inside receiver. Ball was thrown on time and very accurately to pick up 7 yards on first down.
Mike Dosen, the tackle. I'll tell you what, Sherelle, NAU has to win this game. If they do, they're going to punch their ticket to the playoffs. If they win both of their games, they're going to probably very likely host a game. At least, I like that prospect. Sorensen throws this one underneath. That's going to be a first down for the Thunderbirds. A couple of quick passes, short but accurate and sweet. This is C.J. Morgan on the reception. And the tackle made again by Mike Dosen along with Craig Frum of the Lumberjacks. As you take a look at C.J. Morgan out of Aurora, Colorado. Transfer Morgan is from the University of Wyoming's Cowboys program. First and 10. Sorensen shotgun now. He worked under center the first 2 series of the second half. Now he's back in the gun. At his own 38, calls for the ball. Pressure coming off the edge. And Sorensen throws a lightning bolt to the near side at the 40-yard line. It's a short gain of 2 yards to Morgan. But I love the way he got rid of that ball in a hurry when the pressure was coming off of the edge from Andrews Valley.
Yeah, NAU brought pressure from the opposite side. And Brad Sorensen zipping it out there to the flat.
Second down and about 8 yards now for SUU out of Cedar City, Utah. At their own 40, Sorensen setting up the screen. NAU really bid on this one. We have a flag down on the play. Brian Wilson gets it in the Lumberjack territory to the 47, but we do have a flag down.
NAU came with that dog blitz. Brandon Phillips timed that one, I think, perfectly. I'm not sure who the penalty's going to be against, but they got caught with a screen pass.
The official takes a couple steps back.
Holding 52 of the offense. 10-yard penalty, second down.
That's Dylan Fox, who is 6'2", 286, and a senior out of Cedar City, Utah.
Craig Frum and Brandon Phillips.
Yeah.
And the ball was, I think, tipped by Mark Thompson, but still caught.
Fox caught with his hands very deep in the cookie jar of holding. Second down and 18. Shotgun. Sorensen right to left at his own 30-yard line. 2 wides to both sides of the field. He calls for the ball. In pressure. Down he goes. They got him that time. Brad Sorensen that time just did not have the time to dance in the pocket and find that extra couple of seconds.
Yeah. Mark Thompson, Jared Bilbray, and Tim Wilkinson all there, and you can add Brandon Phillips.
Guys,
NAU kind of turning it up as this defense calls for the crowd to get involved on third and very long.
It's been the defense all season long that has led really this Lumberjack football team to 8 straight wins after getting shellacked at ASU to open up the season. The defense has been primarily responsible, sparking 4 second-half comebacks. Shotgun on third and about Williams. What a throw! First down, no, short. C.J. Morgan.
Short. A nice pitch and catch. A post pattern of a skinny post thrown by Brad Sorensen. That offense is staying out there. They may go for it here on 4th and short. 4th and 4 now. Now they're trotting the punt team out. A nice pitch and catch.
Andrews battle on the tackle. That was a good-looking route by C.J. Morgan there, Reg.
Oh, very good route. He ran it perfectly. Nice little skinny post, but the throw was just absolutely magnificent.
Punter Brock Miller will boot it in the direction of Austin Shanks. The deuce. NAU is going to set up for the return, and Miller's punt is a big one.
Oh,
wow,
boy.
what kind of a crazy bounce did that take? No. It goes in, almost did not break the plane of the end zone.
There.
2:18 to go in the third quarter, and the Lumberjacks have a chance now, down 12-7, to put together some more offense here, sparked by just a fine defensive stand for NAU. Andy Thompson, the defensive coordinator for this Lumberjack football team. And again, NAU with 4 second-half comebacks out of their 8 wins this season. They're going to try to do it again, this time at home. Rostered under center, first down and 10. In motion, Rickard. Now he sets up on the right side. Hand off, Bowman dancing around. Now banks out to the far side and has nowhere to go. Nice, beautifully done coverage on Zach Bowman. Good open field coverage on him. And you see number 31, J.T. Anderson, wrapping up Zach Bowman on the play for Southern Utah. Good open field tackle. Gain of 1 for Bowman. 150 and counting in the third quarter. NAU down by 5. Second down and 9 at their own 21. Shotgun Grossert. He calls for the ball. Drops deep. Now he's on the run, and he's not going to escape the pressure. He'll be sacked back to the 15-yard line.
Kerry Grossert recognizing the pressure and dipping his shoulder, getting what he could, but still giving up 5 yards on the sack. Makes it tough. Now a 3rd and 15.
Corey Jones, a sophomore out of Converse, Texas.
You see Coach Jerome Sowers frustrated with the sack. Knows your chances of converting on 3rd down go down significantly when you're 3rd and 15 versus a 3rd and 9 or 3rd and 10.
Cole to the near side. 2 wides to the far side. Rickard in motion. Shotgun Grossert, 3rd and 15. Calls for the ball. Pressure coming, throws this one down the seam to Rickard, and it is overthrown and incomplete.
He was getting pressure, and there was good coverage downfield. He was going to R.J. Rickard there on the hash.
And that's the type of defensive play we saw out of Southern Utah in the first half of this football game. Putting good pressure on Kerry Grossert and extending good pass coverage downfield, Reg. They are really doing a fine job, Southern Utah's pass defenders, of recognizing where the ball's going.
Yeah, they are. They're very focused and honed in right now. They're doing that little bracket coverage on the tight end on that play, and you know, it would have been a perfect pass to get in there.
Fair catch signaled and accepted by McNabb at the 30-yard line. That's a 55-yard punt from Andy Wilder. And there are 47 seconds left in the third quarter. NAU down 12-7. Pizza for our TV crew here in the Sky Dome is provided by Pizza Furiosa, the Hilltop Shops, Woodlands Village. West Flagstaff, Chef Richard Fernandez, open daily 11 to 9:30. Hey, Mitch, writes Rebecca. We've loved the Lumberjacks this season. Go Jacks, a special hello to our favorite uncle, assistant coach David Reeves. Love from San Diego. Sadie, Lily, and Nate. To lumberjacktalk@nau.edu. Thanks for the email, San Diego. 1st and 10 at the 30. Shotgun Sorensen play action. Pressure coming, sets up the screen over on the far side of the field. And look at him race to the far sideline for a first down. That's Henna Brown on the reception.
Brown just making some moves, making some people miss, and picking up a couple of blocks to pick up the first down on first down.
Southern Utah came into this game with just 4 wins. But when you look at their losses in Big Sky play, losses by 7 points, 5 points, 2 points, 4 points, they have been close in all of their games. Win or lose. 1st and 10 at the 42. Hang on.
This may be a false start. Mitch, I would add to that, the last 4 times these two teams have played, they've all been close. Sometimes
false start. Number 7 offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Sometimes coming down to the very last play of the game.
Henna Brown being the guilty party on the false start, and we may or may not be able to get the playoff before the end of the third quarter. Down now to 15 seconds and counting on the clock. Southern Utah does not have to, and they look like they're just going to let this thing roll down to the 000s on the Sky Dome clock. So we're going to take a break. 4th stanza of this battle for the inaugural Hinton Burdick Grand Canyon Trophy. We'll be back after this. 12-7, Southern Utah leads. This is Big Sky Conference football coverage on the Flagstaff Medical Center NAU Lumberjack Network.
From the valleys of the Grand Canyon to our majestic mountains, this isn't just any place. It's our home. And for more than 75 years, families throughout northern Arizona have come to trust the commitment of their neighbors to deliver world-class health care. A purpose that helps ensure you'll be here for your family. For heart, cancer, the unexpected, and so much more. Our purpose? You.
To my tribe, I'm more than a student. I'm an example that it's possible to get an education.
Education can end poverty, violence, and health issues on the res.
On the reservation, tribal students find ways to turn their education into an entire tribe's education.
Even when only 5% of Indians on the reservation
Only 5% of Indians
can afford to go to college.
If I do nothing, 25,000 people will continue to live in poverty.
I will help 2 million people educate themselves.
I'll keep 173,000 people from losing their sacred home.
Hey!
And welcome back. Ed Lamb, the head coach of Southern Utah. They jumped out to a 12-0 lead over the 11th-ranked Lumberjacks. They're trying to hang on the road. Sorensen out of the shotgun, left to right. He's got his man 40. Far sideline, first down. Look at the nice cutback move. And Southern Utah's into Lumberjack territory on a pretty move by the wide receiver, Fatu Moala.
Anthony Hughes for NAU had what appeared to me an opportunity to catch that football. Could not quite get to it, and kind of took a gamble on it, lost that gamble, and gave up a big play.
Nice move, nice cutback move to get himself another 8 or so yards. Moala, 1st and 10, Thunderbirds at the Lumberjack 41, left to right. Shotgun, Sorensen, pressure coming off of the edges. He calls for the ball. He tries to move into the middle, and there's nowhere to go. He's going to be sacked, and down he goes. Mark Thompson was there. Looks like I see Jarrett Bilbray there as well.
And a big sack for NAU. Remember, Southern Utah entered this game giving up 34 sacks. That's a lot. And that time, the big bull rush by Tim Wilkinson, and of course it was Bilbray and Thompson who got to him. That defensive line coming up big right now for these Lumberjacks.
Sorensen changing up the play at the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and a dozen at the Lumberjack 43. He's in the gun. Calls for the ball. Hands it off on the inside. Out of the shotgun. Running left. Running very little. 1-yard gain on the carry for Hannah Brown. Looking great in the Sky Dome. Good to have me back in the saddle. Email coming in from Anya. Thank you, Anya, for that. It is good to be back in the saddle.
Tim Wilkinson trotting off.
Mark Thompson says, come on, fans, get on your feet and make some sound here in the Sky Dome. It's 3rd down and 11. Southern Utah, the 42 of the Lumberjacks. Sorensen shotgun, 2 wides, both sides. Slow snap. Sorensen picks it up, fires it out to the far side. It's caught by Brown, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds before he could even think about turning and heading to that 1st down marker.
And a good play by Blake Bailey. I checked that. That's Blair Wisham right there to bring the receiver down, get him out of bounds, and not give up the 1st down. Southern Utah appears to be going for it here on 4th down and about 4.
4th and 4 at the Lumberjack 35. Southern Utah 6 of 11 this season on 4th downs. Sorensen now sets up under center. And I'm going to predict that they're going to call a timeout here.
Ed Lamb kind of walking over there. Maybe trying to draw him off, but they're not. Sorensen's not at the line of scrimmage.
So for a moment, it looked like Ed Lamb was going to roll the die.
Didn't take the timeout, but not willing to kick a long field goal there. Ed Lamb knew, hey, I could go ahead and line him up, give up the penalty, and still punt the ball away.
That'll move the ball back a couple of yards.
And perhaps maybe even give them some more, room to operate, and in their mind's eye, try to pin NAU deep in their own territory.
Silver City, New Mexico, checking in on Fox Sports Arizona to the email inbox. You guys do a fabulous job. Go Lumberjacks. From Granny in Silver City, Kyron Poe's Granny. Kyron Poe out of Hamilton High School, wide receiver now, former quarterback. Here's the punt, trying to kind of pooch this boy. Brock Miller, he does a nice job of it. Oh, did they keep it in?
No, the ball stayed in, but the Southern Utah players stepped in the end zone before they knock that ball out, it's going to be a touchback.
Great effort by Southern Utah special teams to try to keep that one from going into the end zone. And again, NAU's defense leading the way here for the Lumberjacks to try to come back here down 12-7 in the fourth. Now watch how fast this ball just shoots toward the end zone. There you can see the Southern Utah player is in the end zone knocking that back.
Just a matter of inches there.
Good effort though. 1st and 10, Lumberjacks at their own 20. I formation, Grossert under center. Takes the snap, flag is down. Hand off, Bowman dancing into the middle of the line of scrimmage. He'll gain about 2, maybe 3. But Reg, that flag came down pretty quickly.
It's going to be an illegal shift.
Exactly, Kevin. If he backed up off the line, and the motion man never got on the line. So.
Reg, that's a discipline
illegal
issue.
Shift.
Got to be aware
Number
of
8 of the offense.
field.
Yeah, absolutely.
5-yard penalty.
Absolutely.
First.
That's tough on first down.
You see
Coach Sowers right there frustrated.
No, he's not happy with that. Coach Sowers not happy with that.
Again, a penalty on the preceding offensive possession for NAU made it difficult for them to convert on 3rd down, and then here on 1st down, an additional penalty.
Ed Lamb looking on. Looking for his 2nd win in a row over NAU. They beat the Lumberjacks here in the Sky Dome at the end of last season. Play action. Grossert, lots of time this time, but he has nobody to throw to. And he'll be hit from the blind side. How much time did he have in the pocket, Kevin Stevens?
Plenty of time and just good coverage downfield. There were 2 receivers out in the pattern. Nick Cole and R.J. Rickert, neither one of them open, at least open enough for Kerry Grossert to deliver the football.
That is probably the most time that Grossert has had to stand in the pocket without having to move one way or the other and survey the field for somebody open, and there was nobody open. Credit that coverage by the Thunderbirds secondary. 2nd down at 22. Ball is at the Jack 8 under center. Grossert's going to hand this one off to Zach Bowman. Bowman up the middle, gets some yards, but not even close to getting to the original line of scrimmage.
No, but makes it at least a little bit more manageable on 3rd down.
Tyree Mills, the junior out of Pasadena, California, making the tackle.
And Zach Bowman's gonna come out of this game while...
You know, he didn't practice much this week at all. He battled strep throat, and he has been the target of the Thunderbird defense all day long, and they've done a good job of hitting the bullseye. 3rd down at 14. NAU at their own 16. Grossert calls for the ball in the shotgun. A little bit of time this time, looking for Umodu. Did Umodu catch it? He does. We have a flag down.
And
at the 39-yard line. It's more than enough for a Lumberjack 1st down. Well, we got a flag being tossed on the play.
And
that's
really
going to be
nice
defensive
job
interference.
by Ife Umodu to get down and catch that football that was thrown a little bit low. The penalty's going to go against Southern Utah. A pass interference.
Pass interference. 31 of the defense. That penalty is declined. 1st down.
Reg, a really nice job getting down, securing that football to pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, he did. It was a great throw, and Iffy went down there and got it and really secured it. Even though he was pushed from behind, he still was able to come up with that catch.
I formation now for the Lumberjacks, 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. Rickert comes in motion to the near side, now sets. Grossert takes the snap, hands it off to Bowman. Bowman gets just spun around, and he grabbed by the ankle, and all the other white shirts came in, and he'll lose a yard.
NAU just not having a lot of success on 1st down here.
Not having a lot of success running the football, generally speaking.
Yeah, it really makes it difficult on this offensive staff. Their play calling. 2nd and 11's a lot different than 2nd and 3 or 4.
NAU sends out 2 wides at the far side of the field. On 2nd and 11 at their own 38-yard line. Grossert is under center. Bowman the lone setback. Hand off to Bowman again. They're going to dip into that well, and they're going to find that the well is dry. Maybe 2 yards on the carry. They are not able to run this football against this tough Southern Utah defense. Mike Needham out of Desert Hills High School in St. George, Utah, leading the way.
Now, 3rd down conversions are hard enough. When you're constantly do it from 10 or 12 or 15 yards, your percentage goes down significantly.
8.5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter with the 11th ranked Lumberjacks down 12-7 And look at it, 3rd and long at their own 40, right to left. Cole on the near side. Grossert calls for the ball. Throws this one up over the middle. Umodu catches it at the 43-yard line of the Thunderbirds. First down, NAU.
The second consecutive 3rd down where Ife Umodu comes up big. And on that play, he went up high to come up big.
Yeah.
There you see a ball thrown just
You know I have to comment on that
real
one, man.
high.
The receiver goes up. This kid he's got all the tools. Big body, can jump to the moon, and has great hands. What a catch.
And that was a very impressive catch by Ife Umodu. First down and 10, NAU. Into Thunderbird territory at the 39. Bowman handing off, going right, and going nowhere. They're trying still to establish some respect for the run game, and Southern Utah is simply not able to lose respect. I mean, they're attacking, and they are holding Zach Bowman in check and not allowing him to do what he does so well when he bounces back in the opposite direction.
They're doing an outstanding job, Southern Utah is, along that front 7 defensively. You wonder if NAU will start to take some shots downfield on 1st and 2nd down.
Point taken, partner. 2nd down and 11 at the Thunderbird 40. Here's a play action. Here's a shot to the near side. Wide open, Nick Cole. That's first down, Lumberjacks to the 26-yard line of Southern Utah. J.T. Anderson on the tackle.
A good play action. Gave Nick Cole some time to get out and open.
They're doing some great combination routes now, guys. That's why they're getting so wide open. It's almost similar to picks without touching the guy, but that's why you're seeing them wide open like this now.
You can you sense the offense picking up a little bit of rhythm through the passing game.
Shotgun Grossert, 1st and 10 of the Thunderbird. 26. Grossert calls for the ball. Very deep drop. Floats one to the near side of the field, and it is out of bounds. It was intended for the deuce, but he was coming. He was already out of bounds by the time that ball arrived on the scene, and Tommy Collette actually made a little bit of a play there for another pick.
Austin Shanks was open early, but the ball kind of floated on him and allowed the defender to come back and make a play on it.
Good point, Kevin. He was open quickly, so, you know, off the line, but the ball was just floated a little bit too much.
Trips out to the far side of the field. Zach Bowman split out to the near side. 2nd down and 10 of the 26 of the Thunderbirds. Spread formation, no backs. Grossert in the shotgun. Calls for the ball. And we've got flags stopping everything. Now, there's more yellow flags on the turf than you could possibly count. They all came out of everybody's pocket.
False start. 7-2 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Trey Gillio, the 5th-year senior at right tackle out of Kingman High School. Jerome Sowers.
More offensive penalties, especially what I would consider unforced penalties, false starts, shifts, things that can easily be prevented from NAU than I can remember seeing this season.
Shotgun Grossert on 2nd and 20. Nah, it's not 2nd and 20. 2nd and about 16. Ball's at the 36. Grossert calls for the ball. Dumps it underneath the Bowman at the 32. He's at the 25. He's at the 20. And he's upended inside the 20. Very close to another Lumberjack first down. Got it to 34 in space. And gave him an opportunity
and they got
to do something with it. First down, Lumberjacks. Zach Bowman, a very talented receiver as well. He
picking up
secures
a
the
nice
ball.
block from Joe Gursky, who was struggling with that knee earlier. Good to see him back out there at left tackle.
First down and 10. And again, Bowman singled out on the near side. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Grossert tries to get it to Bowman. A similar play to the previous one, but the ball was a tad underthrown and goes incomplete.
And Southern Utah with a good push defensively, and I think just the timing was off on that play.
Bowman came into the game with 24 catches for a touchdown. And you've noticed in the last couple of formations, number 34 setting up as a singled wide receiver. Now he stays in the backfield off the left shoulder of Grossert.
6 minutes left in this game. NAU needs a touchdown here.
Trips out to the far side. Second down and 10 to the 16-yard line. Grossert calls for the ball. Again to Bowman at the 17-yard line. Dancing his way. Gets inside the 10. Close to the 9. Short of the first.
I tell you what, I got to give credit to this Southern Utah defense. They are tackling Zach Bowman. NAU had the right play on. Got the ball quickly out to Zach Bowman. And Southern Utah getting to the football, and when they do, they've done a great job getting the ball carrier down.
Third down.
Huge play.
This is as big as it gets right now in this game. 3rd and 4.
Maybe
at the Southern
territory.
Utah 10. Handoff to Kovan DeBoski Johnson. He's going to gain a yard, maybe 2, and he's short of the first.
And now a really tough decision. NAU's going to call a timeout to give them additional time to consider what they want to do.
And they're going to take a timeout. We will as well. 5:19 to go. It's 12-7 Southern Utah. This is Big Sky Conference football on the FMC NAU Lumberjack Network.
Blimpie has been a part of America's tradition for over 40 years. Our subs are made with fresh baked breads, quality meats and cheeses sliced to order. Taste the difference freshness makes. Blimpie, America's sub shop.
I just graduated to full-on gamer, and it's all because of this little baby right here. With this weekly winnings lottery ticket, I could win $1,000 a week for a year, taxes paid. Then put me on the greens like every weekend. I take the whole family to someplace tropical. I'd even put some away for the kids' college. But that's just the start. What would you do? Game on, everyone, because you can't win if you don't play.
Life should be equal parts responsibility and fun. Introducing the new Acura ILX. Move up without settling down.
Blimpie has been a part of America's tradition for over 40 years. Our subs are made with fresh baked breads, quality meats and cheeses sliced to order. Taste the difference freshness makes. Blimpie, America's sub shop.
What do you do? What do you do if you're Jerome Sowers? 5:19 to go, down by 5 on your home turf, and you're looking at 4th down and 2. Kevin, Reggie, what do you think, guys?
I think it's the right call here.
Absolutely.
On 4th and short, you need a touchdown. With 5:19 left in the game.
This is what championship teams are made right here, Mitch.
Shotgun formation in Walker. Walker's in motion. Grosser calls for the ball. He's going to pass it. It's caught underneath the Rickard.
There it is.
Touchdown!
There it is.
NAU!
That's what you do as a championship team. That's what a champion does.
They needed a couple of yards for the first. Instead, they get the touchdown.
Maybe not a bigger offensive play for this NAU team this year. As Kerry Grosser finds R.J. Rickard on 4th down. He catches the ball at about the 3, and then big R.J. Rickard turns around and earns that touchdown.
I like the way Kerry stood in there and really delivered that ball, too, guys.
They're going to go for
stood
2
in there
here
and delivered it.
to try to extend the lead to 3.
2-point conversion upcoming. They've got to hustle it up. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. They got to take their second timeout.
I don't waste the timeout there. I go, well, I take the penalty.
We're going to take a timeout as well. We need a break. 5:14 to go. 13-12 Lumberjacks lead. This is Big Sky Conference football on the FMC NAU Lumberjack Television Network.
Agents, when it comes to insurance, people feel lost.
That's a dead end.
Don't know which way to turn.
Turn around?
That's why we present people with options, to help them find coverage that fits their needs.
Almost there?
It's a new Maze record.
Really?
I have no idea. We don't keep track of that kind of stuff.
We are insurance.
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
To speak with a farmer's agent in your community, call 888-96-FARMERS. Only Mazda is so obsessed with the future of driving that it's revolutionizing everything. SkyActiv technology makes vehicles stronger with 2 top safety picks and more fuel efficient, like the 40 mpg Highway Mazda 3 and the 2013 Mazda CX-5. No compromises. We build Mazdas. What do you drive? The Mazda 3 is now available with attractive lease and finance offers, but only for a limited time.
They're going to go for it. They're a 2-point conversion. The Jacks with 5:14 to go on the clock.
Tough to see NAU take a timeout. They're second of the half, leaving them with 1 on a 2-point conversion.
They're going for 2.
We'll see later on within the next 5 minutes how important that timeout is.
Grossert in the shotgun. Calls for the ball. Dances, throws it underneath, wide open. 2-point conversion to the deuce is good. Reggie Eccleston.
Hey, guys.
That was a good-looking pitch and catch to the deuce.
I tell you what, this is what champions are made of, guys. There was no hesitation. They were very, very precise on those 2 plays. You know what? The enthusiasm down here right now is just tremendous. Look for the defense to turn it up a notch. These guys can smell it now.
The timeout allowed NAU to talk it over and get the exact right play on the 2-point conversion. And for the second consecutive play, Kerry Grossert finds an open receiver right there in the middle of the field. That time Austin Shanks for 2 points. The play earlier, R.J. Rickard for 6.
Something broke down defensively for Ed Lamb's Thunderbirds to have Austin Shanks coming so wide open for the 2-point conversion. This is another look at the touchdown to R.J. Rickard.
And remember, on 4th down, NAU doing a great job.
See how they're starting to exploit the middle? They opened up with some of those longer passes, but those were more towards the middle of the field, too. They've been working the sidelines most of the game, and all of a sudden they're hitting those middle portions.
An 8-game winning streak on the line for this Lumberjack football team, the second longest winning streak in FCS. Lehigh has 9 wins in a row going into today's action. Hawkins' kick will be down in the end zone for a touchback, and Ed Lamb, he's got plenty of time because he has Brad Sorensen at quarterback. 3 timeouts in his sweat pocket, but he's reaching in, he's thinking, he's just checking right now. He's going, yep, I've got 3 timeouts right here.
But he's going against this NAU defense that has come up huge, has not given up a single touchdown today. And it starts with that offensive line. You see Blair Wisham there, or I said offensive line, defensive line. Lucky Dozier, check that.
Lucky Dozier, it's going to be a key. We talked about him, the strong safety out of Sacramento, California. Sorensen out to the far side, caught and complete and out of bounds.
They're going to get called for a late hit out of bounds. That's
and it's a good call, fans. It really is. Fatu Moala on the catch, and
Blair Wisham on the coverage there. You know, that's you know, it's tough because Blair Wisham's just coming up trying to make a play, and then the receiver ended up stepping out of bounds just before he did.
I don't like that call.
Reg, you don't like it?
No, I don't like it. And I'm a receiver too, guys. But I don't
After
like
the
that
play, personal foul, late hit out of bounds, number 26 of the defense.
He barely stepped in.
15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
I don't think that guy likes it either. No, he's shaking his head saying, no, I don't like it, guys.
And
convey my feelings on Fox Sports Arizona. I don't like it.
On one play, Southern Utah gets about half the yardage they need to get within field goal range to tie this game.
First down and 10. Thunderbirds left to right at their own 49. Sorensen, 2 wides to both sides of the field. He's in the shotgun. And he calls for the ball. Looking to the near side, throws it. It is caught at the Lumberjack 45-yard line, racing to the sidelines to get out of bounds. Griff McNabb, the junior out of Pocatello, Utah, transfer out of the University of Utah.
McNabb caught that ball, and I thought raced to the out of bounds as though time was a significant issue. I don't think it is at this point with 4:50 left in the game. Southern Utah plenty of time to do what they'd like.
I think the momentum of the ball from the quarterback just carried him out of bounds, guys. That guy has a cannon.
That's quite a cannon. If you could do that, I'll give you that one. Second down and a yard at the Lumberjack 42. Sorensen Shotgun, 2 wides to both sides. He calls for the ball. Throws another rifle shot inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. Caught by C.J. Morgan of the Thunderbirds, and that'll be more than enough to move the sticks forward.
And Reg, maybe a little more cushion defensively for NAU. They're keeping everything in front of them, but they're giving up some yardage while they do it.
Yeah, and Sorensen's taking advantage of that. The corners have backed off a couple of yards, and so he's just hitting them short, trying to slowly move them down, just so that he can bring them up and then bust it lead.
Calmly leading his teammates downfield. Brad Sorensen in his final game as a Thunderbird. 1st and 10 at the Lumberjack 37. Another sharp pass and caught, falling down. Griff McNabb. It'll be a gain of about 3 yards to the Lumberjack 35-yard line.
NAU bringing pressure. Brad Sorensen recognizing that pressure and getting the ball quickly out to McNabb.
If you're going to bring pressure on Brad Sorensen, you better get to him. Because if you don't, he has the kind of arm, quick release, and velocity to get the ball into the hands of a receiver in short order. He just did right there to McNabb. 2nd down and 8. 35-yard line of the Lumberjacks. NAU showing pressure. Sorensen.
Free play. NAU went offsides.
The Jacks trying to jump a little bit on the snap, and they jump beyond the snap, and that guy's hot. He is not happy.
And that's tough because that penalty will put them in field goal position.
Offside, 13 of the defense. 5-yard penalty,
Chris
2nd down.
Conley for NAU just mistiming the blitz and tried to get back, but the ball was snapped just as Conley was trying to get back on his side of the line of scrimmage.
Colton Cook's career long is 49 yards as a field goal kicker.
He's got the leg. Remember, we're at altitude, and that gives him additional confidence.
They're within that range right now. Sorensen in the shotgun, 2nd down and 3 at the 30.
Be about a 47-yarder from here.
Trips out to the far side, and underneath thrown, incomplete. I don't see any flags coming down.
Yeah, I was nervous because Mike Dosen came up and timed that one, it appears, perfectly, getting a hand on the ball.
Get on your feet and make some noise.
And that's a big play because if Mike Dosen doesn't either get his hand on the ball or bring the receiver down, that very well could have been a touchdown.
Looked like he had him hooked with his left arm a little bit in the back, and I'm a receiver, guys. I might have been wanting that ball.
We're going to take that one, Reg.
I know we will.
Shotgun Sorensen, 3rd and 3 at the Lumberjack 30. Down by 3. 3 to go. Sorensen in trouble, steps up, fires, and it's caught well within field goal range. Fatu Moala. 1st down, Southern Utah.
And credit Brad Sorensen. NAU bringing pressure. The 2 inside linebackers on the dog. Brad Sorensen on his own, avoiding pressure, stepping up and hitting a crossing receiver to pick up the 1st down and make it a very more manageable field goal attempt if
They may not need one the way they're moving right now, Kevin. They still have 3 timeouts, 2:42 and counting. Now they go into the I formation, and Sorensen sets up under center. They'll be, you would think, conservative. 1st and 10 at the 16 of the Lumberjacks. They hand it off to Wilson. Wilson runs right, cuts back left, gets inside the 15, and gets the ball even closer for what could be a game-tying field goal attempt.
And how big is that 2-point conversion now?
Oh boy, isn't it though?
For NAU, but again, Southern Utah not thinking a field goal right now with 2:10 left in the game. They'd like a touchdown to take the lead.
Here's an email from Orlando, Florida. Shout out to my brother Tom in Pacific Grove and Colleen working at Granny's Closet. Thanks for that email. 2nd down and 6 at the Lumberjack 12. Under 2 to go. I formation. No wide receivers. This is the jumbo set now for Southern Utah. Handoff, Wilson, left side, racing into the middle of the field between the hashes, gets you inside the 10, and he's pretty darn close to another Southern Utah 1st down before Quentin Contreras tackled it.
Southern Utah, though, getting quite a bit more conservative as we get within 1:30 in this game. Handing the ball off on 2 consecutive plays. They've had a lot of success in the air. A huge third down play with 1:18 left.
1:12, 11, 10 left in the game in regulation. 3rd and 2, straight I formation.
And NAU taking their final timeout with 1:05. Maybe something they...
Timeout, Northern Arizona, their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
Something they didn't like defensively. You hope that doesn't come back to hurt them. If Southern Utah manages to score a touchdown here, NAU will be forced to try to drive the length of the field without any timeouts.
Steve from Orlando, Florida writes in, he was curious if Southern Utah has a connection to the University of Utah because there are lots of players that have transferred from the Utes to the Thunderbirds program. Probably the connection being that they're both in the Beehive State. Let's take a look at another look. A second, maybe a third look here. This is the touchdown play that gave NAU the lead for the first time in this game to R.J. Rickert. Rickert is a true sophomore. Look how open he is at the 4-yard line. Spins around, and man, he just was not going to be denied the goal line. The sophomore out of Eddie Basha High School in Chandler. His uncle, Jarrell Robinson, was a wide receiver, and a good one at Arizona State University. Here we go. Some Southern Utah fans, they're hoping. 3rd down and 2 at the NAU 8-yard line. Sorensen, I formation, heavy set. Handoff, going up the middle. Wilson, he has enough for the first down. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Does a couple things. It allows Southern Utah to still have hope for a touchdown to take the lead, and also is going to allow Southern Utah, if they do kick a field goal, to wind this thing down to where NAU won't have any time.
1st down and goal from inside the 5-yard line. Sorensen running up and down the line. Sets up under center in the I formation. 40 seconds to go. Hands it off. Wilson. Wilson running left. He gets it. Ball's on the deck. Ball's on the deck.
No, they're going to mark it down.
Is it going to be marked down by contact? It is.
And Southern Utah still with a full complement of timeouts here.
Clock running, though. They're hustling up. 21, 20, 19. I formation. 2nd and goal from the 2. Hand off Wilson. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage. No, sir. No, sir. Lucky Dozier. Jetting in from the strong safety position.
Southern Utah, their first charge timeout of the half.
Boy, they put it to him on that play. Wow, what a hit.
Lucky Dozier. And we have a Southern Utah player down, but watch Lucky Dozier, number 20. Boom, right there. Hitting Wilson in the backfield and wrapping him up low. And we do still have a Southern Utah player down. It's Gavin Farr out of South Ogden, Utah, as we take a second look at the big play by Lucky Dozier.
And Mitch, there's not been a bigger play defensively, or maybe for the entire team this season for NAU, than the one coming up. On 3rd down with 11 seconds left, this is it. You stop them, you force a field goal attempt. The ball right on the 2-yard line.
Out of Northridge High School, that young man, Gavin Farr, being helped off the field.
Southern Utah able to run or pass with 2 timeouts left. Maybe the injury to an offensive lineman there may dictate a little bit what they do here offensively.
11 seconds to go, 3rd and goal from the 2. The big jumbo formation, I formation, Sorensen under center. Wilson, the deep back, hands it to Wilson. Wilson running right, no! Denied the end zone again.
A great push up front by that defensive line for NAU is going to force what you would think would be a field goal attempt.
Watch the replay. Following the lead blocker, Ika, but great penetration. And there was the contact right there initially. Look at number 50 for the Lumberjacks, Steven Garcia out of Downey, California.
I'll tell you what, though, for Ed Lamb, it's a decision, much like going for 2. You've got one play. Do you go for it?
Go for the win.
If you kick a field goal,
you go for the tie.
It's an overtime. And they're going to kick it.
Ed Lamb, I think he's bringing out the field goal unit. He's going to try to send it to overtime, you think.
And you got to watch the fake here.
Watch the fake.
Yeah. Don't fall asleep now.
Colton Cook is 17 of 20. This is a short field goal attempt, an 18-yarder. Here's the snap of the hold. The kick from Cook is good, and we're going overtime.
They may put another second on the clock. I looked over after it was good, as we've got an injured Tim Wilkinson on the play, and there was a second left on the clock. But right now it appears that it will go to the Lumberjacks' first overtime of this season.
Last year here in Flagstaff, the season ender for both football teams. Brad Sorensen threw for 389 yards passing, 2 touchdowns to lead Southern Utah to a razor-sharp 27-24 win over NAU, scoring 24 unanswered points in that game. And this is the 5th season in a row that these teams have played each other head-to-head. But the first time with both members of the Big Sky Conference. Are we taking a timeout? See our red hat on the field and waiting to hear if we're going to be pausing for a timeout before we go to overtime, or are we going to keep it here?
They will bring the captains out and flip the coin to decide.
We're going to take a break here. Going into overtime, we're tied at 15. This is Big Sky Conference football on the FMC NAU Lumberjack Network. Keeping me company in New Hampshire, writes Glenn. Here we go. Sorensen, his first possession, right to left. Overtime. Under center I formation. Hands this ball off. No, instead it's going over on the other side of the field.
Well,
to Hannah Brown.
I was totally fooled myself.
I was completely fooled. I thought for sure Brian Wilson was running the football. Next thing you know, I see Hannah Brown going to the right.
I think
that's a big game.
I think the NAU defense was a little bit like you and I.
Oh, that's a beautiful fake.
As Brown picked up, well, I didn't even see the throw.
Well,
I guess that was a good fake.
Play action.
That was a great fake, huh?
Hey, I mean, Wilson sold the fake beautifully, the running back. 1st and 6. 1st and goal from the 6. I formation. This is the first possession of overtime. We're tied at 15. Sorensen under center. Takes the snap. That time he does hand it off to Wilson, running left. And he'll be tackled inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. We're tied at 15. The 11th ranked Lumberjacks at Southern Utah University. Southern Utah, their final game of the year. They have a bye next week, so this is it for them. Trying to knock off a ranked NAU Lumberjack football team and put a screeching halt to their 8-game winning streak.
This defense is, at least late in this game, is a little bit bend but don't break. Of course, that goal line stance at the end of regulation gave them an opportunity to play in overtime.
And somebody's calling a timeout.
Southern Utah.
Southern Utah, Ed Lamb is calling a timeout. Here in our first overtime, we're tied at 15. Glenn in New Hampshire. I've had a tough day at work around the summer cottage on Lake Winnipesaukee. Listening to you and wishing I was there in Flagstaff rooting for the Jacks. Mary checking in and Kevin checking in. Watching in Gilbert, Arizona on Fox Sports AZ. Kevin was an NAU player in the late 70s, early 80s. We love watching the Lumberjacks on Saturday afternoon on Fox Sports Arizona. Great contact. We love hearing from both fans of Southern Utah and fans of the Lumberjacks. It's a really neat personal connection. We've done that over the years here on our radio television simulcasts, and it's been a lot of fun. And we've got a great football game for you here on a Saturday afternoon in Flagstaff. Military Appreciation Day. They're coming right out, and they're coming quickly. Second down and 4. Second and goal from the 4. Pardon me.
No backs. Spread
no
out.
backs. They're spread. Look
quads to the right.
Quads bunched up to the right. Single to the near side is Malala. Sorensen.
And NAU's going to take a timeout because that's a formation they haven't seen.
Timeout, Northern Arizona University.
Defensive coordinator Andy Thompson's got the white polo shirt on, and on the left side of your screen with the white baseball hat.
Remember, you get 1 timeout per overtime period. And so now both teams without a timeout.
Reg, what do you think, man? Both teams playing a little chess out there. They're moving their queens and their bishops and their pawns.
Yeah, they're trying to set them up. You know, everybody's taking a look. You know, they want to make sure that whatever they do, they don't make any kind of mistake. So that was a good call on both parts. That was a crazy formation, though. Good thing the NAU took a timeout because I don't think we've seen that either.
I don't think we've seen quads set up, like punched up like that, almost in a kind of a diamond-looking formation on one side.
And 0 backs, a wide receiver to the near side. Had NAU caught off a little bit off guard, and a wise timeout.
No more timeouts for either team. We're in overtime. We're tied at 15. Southern Utah the first possession. NAU will get a possession after this, regardless of the outcome. Let's give it another shot, shall we? Same formation. Malala to the near side, quads to the far side. Under center, Sorensen. No backs.
Watch the receiver here to the near side. He's manned up one-on-one.
Now look at Sorensen. He's changing up the play. He takes the snap. He's going to run a quarterback keeper. Dives into the end zone for a touchdown.
That's what we were afraid of, yeah.
NAU brought 5 defenders out to defend the 4. Of course, had the receiver to the near side covered, and it allowed Brad Soren to sneak off to the right side, stretch out, and just get beyond the line or the goal line for the touchdown.
Here's the end zone look. Sorensen diving into the end zone, taking it in himself. The preseason All-American and the preseason Big Sky Conference Player of the Year on offense. Here's the extra point, very important in overtime. It's up and it's good. So what happens now is the Lumberjacks will now have a possession. And they must score a touchdown and get the extra point to send it to a second round of possessions. Field goal is no good, so it's 4 down territory. Taking a look at this pretty gutsy call by Ed Lamb. Watch the way Sorensen, he was going for that end zone. Nobody was going to stop him from diving it in. His last game as a Southern Utah Thunderbird. What a gutsy player. What a gutsy call by Ed Lamb as head coach.
What that does now for NAU, everything is 4 down territory. You know, you've got to score a touchdown to keep this one alive.
NAU will start at the 25-yard line, right to left with an I formation. Grossert, play action. He's in trouble. He's dancing around, rolling to his right, looking for somebody, finally Zach Bowman on the far sideline at about the 26. Or 21 rather, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds short of the first down marker.
A really nice play by Kerry Grossert, who couldn't find an open receiver downfield, extending the play, running off to the right, finding Zach Bowman to pick up 7 on first down.
Yeah, he wanted to go inside to Austin Shanks on that, but he was covered, so he extended the play by rolling to his right. That was a great play.
Yamodu singled out to the near side of the field, I formation. Grossert under center on second down and 3. Hand off, Bowman dancing in the middle of the field, and he's not going to be at the first down marker.
Now remember,
gain of a yard, maybe 2.
In overtime, down 7, it's 3rd and short, but you know you have 2 offensive plays here. So that certainly comes into your thinking in your play calling.
3rd down. Maybe a yard on the carry for Zach Bowman, and Southern Utah continuing to do a good job of limiting the Walter Payton Award candidate on his rush game. I formation, 3rd and 2 at the 17. This is the heavy set. Multiple tight ends. Hand off, Bowman left side. He's got the first down. He's going to try to bounce. He can't quite do it, but he has the first down most importantly, and he'll be tackled at around the 12-yard line.
Zach Bowman darting through past the line of scrimmage and then trying to make a play on 2 Southern Utah defenders. The first one got a good piece of him, and the second one finished him off, but not before he picked up the first down.
First down for NAU, and the ball is spotted at the Thunderbird 12. They have to get a touchdown and an extra point. Cole comes in motion, now sets. Play action to Bowman. Throws it into the end zone. Touchdown! Deshaun Walker!
Play action. Sucked that linebacking core up. Allowed Deshaun Walker to find an opening right in the post, at the post.
Yeah, they're exploiting the middle of that field. That's what's been successful for them this whole late in the game. That's where they've been getting their scores.
You're exactly right, Reggie. The last, what is it, 15 points offensively for this NAU team right there in the middle of the football field.
An extra point has never been more important for Andy Wilder. Here's the snap and the hold. The kick is up. It's good, and it's all good at Granny's as we'll...
And we
have a late flag down, but the extra point was good. We'll see what the call is.
And remember, in overtime, there's no kickoff to assess the penalty. If it goes against either team, it could be on the first offensive play if the field goal or the point after stands.
Bruce Prondy is the referee. He'll make the announcement here in the Sky Dome.
Ooh, and that's if this may be a hold, which is not going to make this nearly as easy of a...
Holding, 62 of the offense. 10-yard penalty, replay the try.
Oh, Jerome Sowers is perplexed at the minimum. Now this becomes more than just a routine extra point. It now becomes a 30-yard field goal attempt, if you will, for Andy Wilder.
Right in the middle of the field.
Andy Batchelier is the holder. Hayden Renning is the snapper, and the Lumberjacks have to have this extra point or ball game is over. This is a 30-yard extra point from the middle of the field. Here's the snap and the hold. Wildman. It's good, and it's all good at Granny's again.
Boy, that was a scary extra point. From a 30-yard field goal is what it ended up being. And hey, don't hold your chest. That makes me a little nervous after last week.
Well, Jerome Sowers takes a momentary deep breath, and now we'll put Southern Utah back on the field offensively.
No.
No.
NAU gets it first.
Yep, you guys, pardon me.
And they kind of lose the advantage of playing second now that the overtime goes into the second period. NAU will be forced to start out offensively and give Southern Utah now the advantage as they flip sides of the field to know what's going to happen and what they have to do when they get the football.
You having fun watching some Big Sky Conference football action? Doesn't get much better than this here on Fox Sports Arizona. Hey, checking some of the other scores around the sky. Northern Colorado goes on the road at Weber State and beats the Wildcats 42-34. Congratulations to Nigel Burton and the Bears. Portland State gets walloped at Montana State 65-30. Montana State keeping pace in the Big Sky Conference, going to 9-1 overall, 6-1 in Big Sky play, beating Portland State 65-30. Early in the fourth quarter, hold on, Big Sky fans, listen to this score. The Aggies of UC Davis are leading Eastern Washington 28-24. Eastern Washington is also 6-1 in the conference. Idaho State plays at Cal Poly later today. Let's take a look at Southern Utah's touchdown in overtime from Brad Sorensen, the quarterback keeper. Now we've switched directions. NAU is moving left to right on their second possession of overtime. First and 10 to the 25. Grossert hands it off to Zach Bowman, dancing right. Gets his way inside the 20, keeping the legs pumping. And he's going to be close to a Lumberjack first down.
He came close to popping that one, guys. If he hadn't have stumbled inside, he'd have been gone.
Watch on the second look. Zach Bowman out of Chandler's Hamilton High School, positioning himself to become NAU's all-time leading rusher next week, potentially, as a junior. James Cowser making the tackle. Second down and 9, or pardon me, second and 1 from the 15-yard line. Hand off Bowman. No. Hit, and hit hard.
Zach Bowman was hit
behind the line of scrimmage.
Deep behind the line of scrimmage. Fortunately for NAU, actually shed the first tackler and was able to maybe save himself 2 or 3 yards there right at the end of the play.
Look at Cowser making that contact.
They had him tackled at the 20, and yeah, he ended up getting another 3 yards, stumbling forward to the 17.
3rd down, and they've lost a yard on that play, so it's going to be 3rd and 2 at the Thunderbirds 17-yard line. Shotgun formation now for Grossert. He's got Bowman off the right shoulder. Calls for the ball. Looking near side. Floating one into the end zone for Umodu. Caught, touchdown! Ife Umodu!
That is a great catch by Ife Umodu. There was contact, a lot of contact. Ball was very well thrown. Ife was able to keep his concentration, catch the ball over his shoulder.
Yeah,
for an NAU touchdown.
You could see that one coming, guys. When they walked that corner up on him, he was one-on-one. Perfect for the fade route. Perfect timing, perfect catch.
That was beautifully arced out of the hand of Kerry Grossert. And now the extra point attempt from Andy Wilder. Here's the snap, a high one. The hold, the kick is up, and it's good, and it's all good at Granny's again. Makes it 29-22 Lumberjacks in overtime. And now we'll give Southern Utah University possession of the football, and they'll have an opportunity to try to send this to a 3rd series of possessions. But in order to do that, they must score a touchdown and convert an extra point.
Exactly the same situation that NAU had. Now Southern Utah able to operate starting from the NAU 25, knowing on every first down we've got 4 plays to convert.
Overtime 2. It's now 29-22. Southern Utah held a 12-0 lead in this game forever.
And each remember, each team now with an additional timeout because we're now in the 2nd overtime.
Sorensen in the shotgun, left to right, takes the snap, swings it out into the flat, looking for Mr. Wilson. Wilson catches the ball. Wilson is tackled immediately.
And a whole bunch of blue shirts on that far side collapsing on Wilson to make sure he came down, not picking up anything. Look at that whole crew.
Boy, they were swarming on him. As we take a look at Ed Lamb. This is it for the Southern Utah University Thunderbirds this season. This is their final game. They have a bye next week. 2nd down and 10. Sorensen in the shotgun.
There's
movement on the line.
That right side of the offensive line moves.
Full start. 7-2 of the offense.
And you can sense not only the crowd, but the defensive players for NAU, their energy.
Guys, you can feel it all the way on the sidelines. That energy is just tremendously high right now. They're fired up.
Right side of the line, watch it. Watch it. There. 2nd down and 15 from the 30. Sorensen in the shotgun. Pressure coming. He gets the pass off. Yes. If it's intercepted, it's game over.
No,
he's out of bounds.
Oh my!
I tell you what, let's get a replay there. I really thought he came in bounds. If he had caught the ball in bounds, the game would be over. Brad Sorensen avoiding the rush and just throwing it up. And
he's in bounds.
Probably a good call. His feet were in bounds, but I think his upper body came down first, out of bounds.
I think so too, K-Steve, I do.
Good call.
Close,
good call.
But good call. 3rd down, 15 Thunderbirds at the NAU 31-yard line. Sorensen calls for the ball out of the shotgun. Throws this one wide open to the 25, and he is ankle tackled by Lucky Dozier.
And a big tackle by Lucky Dozier, because there was no help along the near side here. If Lucky Dozier hadn't brought down Eastern Pedersen, he would have scored a touchdown. And now Pedersen, who's been big for Southern Utah, goes down with an injury.
Pedersen is down.
Gonna bring up a 4th and 1.
1. Yeah, I'd say it's about 1 yard. Reg,
1 yard. 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 1 yard.
Yeah, would you just see what happened to Pedersen?
Yeah, Lucky hit him low, grabbed his leg, and he was trying to extend, and it made just kind of a bruise in the thigh or the ankle, maybe twisted a little bit. But Lucky put a good hit on him, thank goodness. Otherwise, he would have been gone.
Out of Lone Peak High School in Highland, Utah, the sophomore 6'3", 210. Hope he's okay. He's had a great game. Big wide receiver, great target. He's going to be a really good Big Sky Conference wide receiver the next couple of years for this Thunderbird football team.
And that also brings up a 4th down, guys. He was just short.
So now as they help Pedersen off the field, Southern Utah. Now take a look again at the almost interception. Look at this case, Steve.
Again, what's hard is, what's tough is you can't quite see his upper body again.
Even in high def. But Ryan Reardon, number 44, is kind of blocking our view a little bit.
The truck was making a good point.
Yep. The knees looked like the knee was down.
If maybe the knee was down before a part of his upper body is out of bounds. But nevertheless, 4th down here. NAU comes up with a stop here. They get the win.
4th down and a yard. Sorensen, I formation. Under center. Takes the snap, hands it off to the fullback, Ika, and he's got it.
Ika, that
Lavelle Ika, 5'7", 240 pounds, out of Salt Lake City's Bountiful High School. He's a Bountiful fullback. That's a lot of mass to stop in motion.
240 pounds running low to the ground, and they need a little less than a yard, and he clearly got it. Ryan Reardon there to bring him down, but not before he picked up the 1st down.
Ika has 3 touchdowns this season. That's only, I believe, his 14th carry of the year. 1st down and 10. Southern Utah extends it. They're now at the Lumberjack 14, left to right. Here's the snap to Sorensen. Throws this one close to the end zone. Caught! Is he in? He is! Touchdown, Southern Utah. Oh, my goodness.
A really nice catch.
Let's see if we can take another look at this one.
Great
That
throw,
is Fatuma Moala.
Moala, recognizing where the football was, purposely thrown to the outside, makes it almost an impossible play for Devin Willis to defend out there. A perfectly thrown football and an opportunity for Southern Utah here to take it into the 3rd overtime.
Here's the kick from Cook. It's good. We go to the 3rd overtime. We go to the 3rd overtime. We're tied at 29 with the Hinton Burdick Grand Canyon Trophy on the line. And both of these teams, I think, would love to be able to hoist that trophy up, but for NAU, so much more on the line. A win today, 9 wins in a row for the Lumberjacks. A win today, clinching at least a share of the Big Sky Championship. A win today punches their ticket to the playoffs. So much at stake.
An important change when you enter the 3rd overtime is you can no longer kick an extra point. You're forced to go for 2 if you score a touchdown.
Executive Vice President at NAU, Dr. M.J. McMahon, writing an email here in overtime. Look at that catch. Moala, that is a quality catch. If we take a second look at this one, the Sorensen pass was right on the money.
Yeah, that was perfect. What a throw. Over the shoulder, back shoulder. Good adjustment to the ball, and as usual, go up and get it. He did that.
MJ writes in, great defense by NAU. Let's go, Jacks. Joey writes, how would a postseason game work with the basketball schedule? I don't know. Let's beat the Thunderbirds first, I say. Hey, Mitch, enjoying the game. I'm an NAU student on an exchange in Oahu, Hawaii. Nice.
I don't know.
It's about 32 degrees here today.
I'm not sure if I'm enjoying it or not.
That's from Rachel. Supporting her favorite player, number 62, she
Boy,
writes.
Rachel, pretty rough exchange program you're in there.
Hayden Redding is number 62, by the way. And now, in the 3rd overtime, Southern Utah gets the first possession. Like a couple of heavyweight boxers, back and forth, punching each other in the face. Southern Utah, offense. Sorensen, shotgun. We're tied at 29 in the 3rd overtime.
Timeout NAU. They saw something they didn't like, Remember, in each time or each overtime period, you're allocated one timeout. Now NAU and Andy Thompson, defensive coordinator, out there frustrated with something, some sort of mistake mentally.
Their alignment wasn't what they were wanting, and that forced them to get a timeout.
But Reg, you know, if maybe a good timeout if you're lined up wrong, let's get it corrected and get the right defense out there.
Yeah, because they did actually. I was sitting there watching. They had a slot guy who would have been uncovered.
Here's an email from Camp Verde from Mark Gaffney and Rick Schilke. They're watching in Camp Verde on Fox Sports Arizona. They say it's starting to snow there too. They love the coverage on Fox Sports Arizona. Prescott, Arizona checking in. Bert, a 57-year-old freshman at NAU Yavapai, writing in. That guy right there wants to stop Brad Sorensen. That's Lucky Dozier. First down and 10, Thunderbirds. 2 wides to both sides of the field. At the 25, Sorensen calls for the ball, fires this one, and is caught. Hey, that is Easton Pedersen. He's back out on the field, makes the catch. Good to see him back on the field healthy.
Pedersen back out there,
limping a little bit.
Mike Dosen on the coverage, tackling him immediately. NAU right now in their nickel defense.
So you'll see Dosen out there along with Dozier and Blair Wisham in the nickel package. Wisham, the free safety in the middle of the field. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 at the 22. Shotgun. Sorensen throws it behind the intended receiver, goes incomplete.
Yeah, clearly some miscommunication between receiver and quarterback on that one.
Hey, I really love this email from Bert, who is a 57-year-old freshman at NAU Yavapai in Prescott. He says he feels like he's a college kid watching NAU football for the first time.
Sounds like he is.
Says he's thinking about going out for the team. 3rd down and 7 for Southern Utah in the 3rd overtime. Mitch Stroman along with former Lumberjack quarterback Kevin Stevens.
Southern Utah's going to take their timeout now.
Reggie down on the sidelines. Our spotters, Charlie Crown, at a Reg. Ed Lamb saw something he didn't like either.
Yeah, he must have. Last play, what he was looking for, the quarterback was looking for the out, and the receiver was doing a slant. So I think they just want to make sure they're all on the same page, because this is a huge play for these guys on this one.
Zamora Nation checking in from the state of Colorado. Lori Zamora saying, let's go Jacks. Of course, the family of former punter Drew Zamora of the Lumberjacks. My aunt and uncle in San Diego are watching on Fox Sports Arizona. Zenaida and Carl say NAU fans are going to stand by this team. You may not be able to notice, but it's loud out here. All kinds of comments coming into our email inboxes.
Remember, with a win here, as we look at the Big Sky Conference standings,
they go to 7-0 for the first time ever in Big Sky Conference history for NAU.
NAU does no worse than a share of the Big Sky Conference championship. There's a ton on the line right here in the 3rd overtime.
Brad Sorensen. This is his final game as a Thunderbird. Will it be a miraculous overtime win or a loss on the road in Flagstaff? 3rd and 7. Sorensen in the shotgun, 2 wides on both sides of the field. He calls for the ball. He's looking out there, throws it inside, caught at the 15, tackles being missed. He's going to roll into the end zone, then dive in for the touchdown.
Pedersen ran a nice pattern, secured the football, and then did even a better job making guys miss and stumbling in there for the touchdown.
There were several opportunities to tackle him right here, right there. And look at the dive in for Easton Pedersen.
And Pedersen, remember,
they've got to go for 2 now, Kevin, as you talked about earlier. It's the extra point attempts are done. They have to go for 2. It's by rule once you hit the 3rd overtime.
They're going to line up in that same quads to the right, singles receiver to the left, and no backs.
I see confusion. Here's a snap into the end zone. Dropped.
Southern Utah got the formation defensively that they wanted. One-on-one coverage to the single receiver to the left. Ball was well thrown by Brad Sorensen, and it was simply dropped.
And he bobbled the snap a little bit. I think that actually threw his timing off just slightly.
You know, for a quarterback that throws such a good football, when your timing is off even a little bit, Kevin Stevens, as a former quarterback, that can be bothersome, especially on a timing route.
But again, it was a ball that was pretty well thrown. The same same route that they scored an earlier touchdown on. I thought a ball that should have been caught for the 2-point conversion. Now, NAU still has to score a touchdown here.
Yes, they do.
And in order to win it here in the third overtime, convert. They can't, just like Southern Utah, they don't have the opportunity to simply kick an extra point if they do score a touchdown.
We are in the third overtime. It's NAU's turn now. 35-29. NAU trips out to the far side of the field, first down and 10 at the Southern Utah 25. Grosser hands it off on the end around to the deuce. And boy, he got smacked pretty hard before he could turn the corner. No gain on the play for Austin Shanks.
Again, credit this Southern Utah. Not only were they not fooled on the end around by Austin Shanks, but they were right there with the football and brought him down immediately.
Hey, Reg, I really like the discipline of this Southern Utah defensive unit throughout the course of this football game.
Yeah, they really pay attention. They stay in their lanes. They watch. They don't over-pursue, and that's why they are so close to the ball at all times.
2nd and 10 now. Under center, Grosser takes a snap, hands it off to Bowman, going right. Bowman, he's at the 20, he's at 15, near sideline. First down, NAU, inside the 15 to the 12-yard line.
I tell you, he never ceases to amaze me. The quick movement, that vision, oh, it's just unbelievable. This guy is all that he's cracked up to be.
Little bobbled snap there. Kerry Grosser got the ball, fortunately, to Zach Bowman, who did the rest.
Coming right at you, fans at home here on Fox Sports Arizona in HD. Knocked out of bounds. First down, NAU here in the third overtime. They must score a touchdown. Rickert moves in motion right to left. Handoff, Bowman running left. Gets hit and kind of bounces around to get inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Fentroy making the contact for Southern Utah University along with J.T. Anderson.
Again, NAU in 4-down territory.
And he is a tired man right there.
That's Zach Bowman running off, limping. Certainly more than you'd like to see.
2nd down and 7. Ball is at the Thunderbird 9 in the third overtime. Empty backfield. Spread formation. Grossert calls for the ball. Grossert's under big pressure. Roley's got to find somebody or get rid of the ball in a hurry. Throws it into the end zone. It's going to go incomplete.
There was a whole lot of bodies down there. Kerry Grossert did a nice job avoiding the oncoming rush. But throwing it down there where there were a lot of blue and white shirts, Reg.
Yeah, there was quite a few. It was coming right at me, but he did well to maintain that play. He hurdled one guy and was still able to almost make a good play out of it.
The preseason All-American tackle Cody Larson out of Draper, Utah, chasing down Kerry Grossert on that play. 3rd down and 7. No field goals allowed here. Again, Koban DeBoski Johnson is in.
Watch Iffy down here, man.
Iffy on the near side. They're going to hand it off to Koban, running into the right side of the line. He is not going to get to the first down marker. He will advance the ball to about the 5-yard line.
Brings up a 4th down.
And 4th down means you go for it, obviously, because you have to score a touchdown.
And they're keeping Zach Bowman on the sideline. DeBoski Johnson on the field for this 4th down. I think you're going to see a pass. Watch a slant pattern. They've gone to that a couple of times.
This is the ball game here, guys. Right here, 4th down. They have to get at least 4 yards or the game is over. Snap to Grossert in the shotgun. Feeling pressure. Uh-oh, down he goes. Game over. The streak has come to an end.
Kerry Grossert just could not find an open receiver and tried to extend the play, but credit Southern Utah's rush that it was problematic all day for NAU, and Kerry Grossert holding on to the ball to the very end.
Let's take a look at this last play of the game. Grossert needing to get a minimum of 4 yards. Here comes the pressure from behind him.
Had DeBoski Johnson maybe open in the flat, but he couldn't see him because of that rush.
And that's it. Sorensen and Grossert exchange some hand slaps, some shoulder pad hits, a couple of Warriors, 2 seniors